Chapter 1038. Ling Daozi was dumbfounded, and he even forgot to breathe. He looked at Qin Feng, who was standing in midair for a long time, and felt as if he was dreaming. You? How can you fly? You? What realm are you at? Even experts at the vital energy stage can't fly. Could you be half a step into the fairy realm? Ling Daozi seemed to be talking to himself. As he spoke, he shook his head vigorously. In the outer martial arts world, regardless of whether it was the outer or inner hidden factions, it was rumored that the strongest experts were only experts at the vital energy stage. It was shocking enough that Qin Feng had broken through to stage 9 inner chi at such a young age. How could he possibly be half a step into the fairy realm? No. Is it the flying sword under your feet? It's actually a flying sword. Ling Daozi cried out in surprise again. He had been in the inner hidden factions for a long time, and he had heard rumors about flying swords. This was the first time he had seen one. So flying swords really existed on Earth. Huh, you're really stupid. Haven't you heard of that saying? The more you know, the faster you die. Now that you know everything, I should send you to hell. The starry sky flying sword was one of Qin Feng's most important secrets. He could not imagine what kind of turmoil it would cause if news of this flying sword were to spread. In the past, Qin Feng had only revealed a few orange and blue-grade spiritual artifacts, and it had already caused 2 martial arts circles conventions. The power of the starry sky flying sword could probably cause all the old monsters of the inner hidden factions to come out swoosh. As Qin Feng's voice fell, his figure disappeared in mid-air once again. Ling Daozi's heart suddenly sank. For the first time, he had a feeling of infinite terror. In the blink of an eye, Qin Feng had already appeared in front of Ling Daozi. He raised his hand and sent a ball of destructive fire toward Ling Daozi. Ling Daozi had no time to react. He immediately raised his long sword and danced in the sky. Bang, 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 bang. The sword energy and the destructive fire collided in midair. The huge aura caused the whole valley to shake violently. Ling Tianhai and the other 2, who were halfway up the mountain, had already sensed the movement above them. However, the 3 of them were trapped halfway up the mountain, and they were completely powerless. Stinking brat, if you dare to play tricks on me, I'll kill you myself. Ling Daozi's sword descended several times, and the destructive fire had already been split into a rain of fire that scattered all over the ground. Ling Daozi discovered that the flying sword had disappeared, and Qin Feng's strength was not as strong as he had imagined. Ling Daozi did not hold back at all, and activated all of his inner chi to unleash a fatal attack. Rumble. As soon as the sword chi appeared, the air exploded violently. Under Qin Feng's naked eyes, the hundreds of sword chis instantly condensed into a majestic sword light that enveloped half of the sky above Qin Feng's head. Rumble. Qin Feng could already feel the pressure from the sword. He could tell that Ling Daozi hadn't used his full strength when he fought with Qin Feng that day. This made Qin Feng realize how powerful a stage 9 inner chi expert was. They were not to be trifled with. Xiao. The material-like sword light slashed down at lightning speed. Ling Daozi's eyes flickered with excitement. It was as if he could already see the scene of Qin Feng being split into 2 by the sword. However, before the sword light could completely condense, it began to dissipate rapidly. The surging aura on Ling Daozi's body also disappeared, and a dozen or so bloody holes appeared on his body. The starry sky flying sword had pierced Ling Daozi dozens of times at some point in time. You what? I'm just standing here as bait. The flying sword is my real weapon. Qin Feng looked at the terrified and unwilling Ling Daozi. He lifted his leg, and Ling Daozi instantly soared into the sky. Several rays of pink light flickered in the air, and the ground was splattered with blood. At this point, Ling Daozi no longer existed in Huaxia. How many years of bitter training and nurturing did it take to become a stage 9 inner chi expert? There were only a few of them in the entire Huaxia secular world. However, Qin Feng killed one in 5 minutes. After killing a stage 9 inner chi expert, Qin Feng did not even bother to look at him. It was as if killing an ant was a trivial matter. Whoosh! With a leap, Qianfen landed on the cliff. A ray of pink light followed him. Qianfen stood on the starry sky, flying sword, and flickered in the dark cliff. He was the king of this cliff. Sect leader Tianhai. The commotion has disappeared. What's going on? Could it be that Ling Daozi fought with someone? This is Devil City, the territory of our starry sect. Who dares to offend Ling Daozi? Ling Yangzi and Ani Ling Shui were puzzled. They could not figure out what was going on. Ling Tianhai was extremely depressed. He wanted to climb up and see what was going on. Oh no, could it be that Qianfen killed his way up? Elder Ling Yangzi cried out in alarm. Ani Ling Shui's expression changed greatly. Ling Tianhai lowered his voice and roared. Nonsense! We saw that brat jump off the cliff with our own eyes. Now that we've come down, we did not see him go up. How could it be Qianfen? Ling Tianhai's reprimand made the two elders calm down a little. Ling Yangzi wiped the cold sweat from his forehead. He also felt that he was too nervous. But before he could completely relax, Qianfen's laughter came from the valley. You guessed right. I just killed Ling Daozi on the cliff. Now it's your turn. Rumble. As his voice fell, several fireballs flew out. In this dark cliff, the raging flames were very dazzling. Ling Tianhai and the other two elders could not open their eyes. The fireballs flew quickly and smashed into the small cave where the three of them were standing. The surrounding mountain walls suddenly exploded. Gravel rolled down to the bottom of the valley. From time to time, a terrifying muffled sound could be heard. Ling Yangzi, Ani Ling Shui, how are you? Soon, Ling Tianhai's voice came from dozens of meters away from the cave. This guy was worthy of being a true Qi stage expert. His reaction and speed were extremely fast. Sect leader Tianhai. Just as Ling Yangzi opened his mouth, a scorching fireball flew out. Another loud explosion sounded. It was unknown whether Ling Yangzi was dead or alive. At this moment, the cliff was dead silent. Only the sound of the howling wind could be heard. Ling Tianhai did not dare to ask if the two elders were dead or alive. If he made a sound, his position would be exposed. The cliff was so dark that one couldn't even see their fingers in front of them. He thought that by remaining silent, he would be able to hide his position. But at this moment, Qianfen wore a pair of cool night vision goggles. The scene in front of him was as bright as day. Ling Tianhai and Ani Ling Shui were hiding behind a large rock on the cliff. Ling Yangzi had just been hit by the destructive fire. His clothes were burnt to a crisp. Xiao! The sound of breaking wind rose, but it was not as ear-piercing in the howling wind. A pink light flashed. The next moment, he heard the sound of skin being cut. Ling Yangzi's eyes widened as he looked at the pink flying sword stuck in his chest. His eyes were filled with disbelief. Ling Yangzi had been stuck at the peak of stage 9 inner Qi for a long time. After a few more years, he would naturally step into the stage of true Qi. Before this, he would never have thought that he would die. Ling Yangzi, what happened to you? Everyone present was a top-notch expert. Even the slightest movement in the wind could not escape their ears. Ling Tianhai had already realized something. He did not care about exposing his identity. He shouted as he quickly climbed to the top of the cliff. He found that Qianfen was too amazing. He could actually move freely between the cliffs. Boom! Several fireballs flew out and all landed where Ling Tianhai had been standing. The valley was filled with continuous loud noises. It felt like an earthquake. Gravel continuously fell to the bottom of the valley. The deep muffled sound was more shocking than thunder. Sect leader Tianhai, Ling Yangzi is dead. A woman's voice suddenly came from the other side. It was Ani Ling Shui's position. The two thought that Qianfen could not see them. They talked while changing their positions. The pink light flickered between the cliffs. Qianfen was already flying in the direction of Ani Ling Shui. Hurry up and go ashore. Fighting on the cliff is extremely disadvantageous for us. Ling Tianhai climbed up the cliff quickly like a mountain creeper. Now, they finally understood why Qianfen ran to the cliff. This was Qianfen's strategy. Not long ago, Ling Tianhai and the others naively thought that Qianfen had no way out. You still want to run? It's too late. Qin Fun was like a ghost on the cliff. His figure was erratic. Every time he appeared, it was like a demon from hell coming to collect lives. The cosmic flying sword had already flown out. Before Ani Ling Shui could see what was going on, her chest was pierced. Her body fell head first into the bottomless abyss. Qin Fun also fell. Halfway down, a pink light flashed. The flying sword was already under Qin Fun's feet. It carried Qin Fun all the way up. Ling Tianhai, didn't you want to kill me? Why are you running? Ling Tianhai was worthy of being a true Qi expert. Qin Fun had only killed one person, but this guy had already climbed all the way to the top of the cliff. Ling Daozi and the other two were all at the peak of stage 9 inner Qi. Qin Fun could kill them easily. However, Qin Fun still had to be vigilant against Ling Tianhai, who was at stage 1 true Qi. Rumble. More than 10 balls of destructive fire shot out and instantly surrounded the top of the mountain. The fireballs fell on the top of the cliff. Gravel flew everywhere, and the fire soared into the sky. Ling Tianhai, who was just about to go ashore, was forced to jump down the cliff all the way to the bottom of the valley. A dignified, true Qi expert was forced into such a predicament by Qin Fun. The fire in Ling Tianhai's heart was about to burn the heavens. His speed of descending the mountain doubled. In a short while, he had already reached the bottom of the cliff and landed on the plains at the bottom of the valley. Qin Fun, you shameless brat. You dare to plot against us? If you have the guts, come down and fight me. I will cut you into 1,000 pieces. How long had it been? Ling Daozi and the other two were all killed. Ling Tianhai couldn't even accept this fact. Those were 3 experts at the peak of stage 9 inner Qi. Even in the Star Sect, losing 3 experts at once was a heavy blow. Whoosh! The sound of wind breaking resounded. A pink light shot out, and Qin Fun's figure floated in the air. Ling Tianhai was stunned by this scene. As a true Qi expert, Ling Tianhai was experienced and knowledgeable. He knew that China had the existence of a flying sword. However, even with Ling Tianhai's status, he couldn't get his hands on it. Yet he saw Qin Fun riding a flying sword. It was also at this moment that Ling Tianhai suddenly realized why Qin Fun could come and go as he pleased on the cliff. This brat was really lucky to get his hands on such a heaven-defying, immortal weapon. Oomph, you are so arrogant. So it turns out that you have a flying sword. Unfortunately, your realm is too low. Tonight will be the day you die. Ling Tianhai quickly calmed down. His reaction surprised Qin Fun. Looking at Ling Tianhai's appearance, he didn't seem to be afraid of the flying sword. It's not certain who will die. Watch my sword. Ling Tianhai was a true Qi expert. Qin Fun didn't waste any words. He waved his hand and struck. The pink light flickered. The speed was so fast that it was shocking. Ling Tianhai stood in place without moving. He watched as the starry sky, flying sword was about to pierce through his heart. Suddenly, the ground became empty. The flying sword fell to the ground and exploded, creating a deep pit. Whoosh! The sound of a sword came from behind. Qin Fun quickly turned his body to look. Ling Tianhai was actually standing there. In his hand, there was a short sword flickering with blue light. With a light wave, the light of the sword rose in all directions. Rumble! It was as if the short sword had not completely fallen, but Qin Fun's surroundings were already exploding. Chapter 1039. Bang, bang, bang. 9 stars had already formed behind Ling Tianhai. They looked like 9 bright stars in the night sky. The short sword in his hand moved faster and faster. The sword Qi was sharp and majestic. It was even more powerful than Ling Daozi's last attack. It caused the valley to explode continuously. Qin Fun was trapped in the center of the sword formation. His body was hit by the sword Qi from time to time. Fortunately, he was wearing the purple thunder wild robe. Otherwise, he would have been blown to pieces by the explosions. Huh, Brad, is that all you got? I thought you were powerful, but you have a lot of treasures. Purple armor and pink flying sword. I don't even have such a good spiritual weapon. After I kill you and take these 2 treasures, there won't be many people in the inner hidden sect who can be my match. Qin Feng was only at the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi, but he could kill a Stage 9 Inner Qi expert with the Purple Thunder Wild Robe and the Cosmic Flying Sword. If these two treasures fell into Ling Tianhai's hands, he would be able to kill a Stage 9 Inner Qi expert in seconds. It was as if there was an earthquake in the valley. Muffled thunder rang out, and the valley shook. Ling Tianhai's eyes turned blood-red. He stared at the flying sword in Qin Feng's hand impatiently. In a short minute, Qin Feng's body was hit by the sword Qi no less than 100 times. Even if the sword Qi couldn't penetrate the Purple Thunder Wild Robe, it still caused serious injuries to Qin Feng. Qin Feng was already floating in the air. He didn't even have the chance to breathe. His entire body was in a mess within the sword Qi. He couldn't even activate the lightning attribute of the Purple Thunder Wild Robe, let alone use the flying sword to attack Ling Tianhai. The loud noises never stopped. Qin Feng realized that he had underestimated the strength of a Stage 9 Inner Qi expert. Inner Qi and True Qi were two large realms. The gap between them was like an insurmountable chasm. Qin Feng could use all kinds of spirit weapons and top-notch techniques to dominate the martial arts world within the Inner Qi stage. However, if he were to use his own strength to fight against someone in the True Qi stage, he was still a bit lacking. However, it was already too late for him to realize this problem. His body was constantly being injured, and it was impossible for him to fight back. His consciousness was weakening rapidly, and he couldn't focus his remaining will. It was very difficult for him to even release Ouyang Feng from his body. 11, 12, 13 stars. The stars behind Ling Tianhai condensed to 13, arranged in a mysterious pattern, like the 13 constellations in the sky. The sword Qi in his hand became sharper and sharper, and the violent aura shook the heavens and the earth. The valley was already filled with broken rocks, and all of them were crushed by the sword Qi and rolled down the cliff. Bang, 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 bang. Qin Feng's body continued to explode. It was as if he had tied a ring of bombs around his waist and detonated them himself. Previously, when he challenged the Divine Dragon at the Divine Dragon Mountain, Qin Feng was beaten to the point of losing his mind. Now, when he faced a True Qi stage expert again, the same situation occurred. In Qin Feng's mind, Little Pig, Ouyang Feng, and Shimen Shue's anxious shouts rang out. However, Qin Feng couldn't hear them clearly. His eyelids drooped, and his body felt incredibly heavy and tired. All he wanted was a good sleep. Rumble. Suddenly, Qin Feng's body emitted a loud noise, even louder than the previous one. Ling Tianhai's eyes were filled with joy. He thought that Qin Feng's body had been completely destroyed, but the purple battle armor was probably ruined as well, which made Ling Tianhai feel a little regretful. Swish! With a light leap, Ling Tianhai arrived beside Qin Feng. He stretched out his hand and snatched the starry sky flying sword that had fallen to the ground. The flying sword, which was shining with a pink light and seemed to have a consciousness of its own, was now completely dull. From the outside, it looked no different from an ordinary weapon. However, Ling Tianhai treated it like a treasure. He held it in his hand and caressed it, as if he had found a treasure in the desert. Why isn't this flying sword reacting? Why can't I activate it? After studying it for a while, Ling Tianhai frowned. He finally found the problem. The flying sword didn't seem to listen to him. Although Ling Tianhai had heard of the legends of the flying sword, this was the first time he had seen one with his own eyes. He didn't know that the flying sword had already merged with the consciousness of its maker, becoming one with the maker. This starry sky flying sword could only be used by Qin Feng. If anyone else wanted to control the flying sword, they would have to erase the original consciousness of the flying sword. However, this was extremely difficult. Only an expert who had reached half a step into the fairy realm could do it. Motherfucker, this must be your doing. Tell me, how do you use this flying sword? Ling Tianhai had obtained the flying sword, but he couldn't use it. His excitement instantly fell to the bottom of the valley. He raised the blue short sword in his hand and pointed it at Qin Feng. However, his movements suddenly froze. He was instantly dumbfounded by the scene in front of him. Just now, Qin Fun's body emitted a loud noise. Ling Tianhai thought that it was the sound of Qin Fun's dantian exploding. He thought that Qin Fun's cultivation had been crippled. However, at this moment, Qin Fun's body was floating in midair. His body was glowing with a golden light. He was like a golden Buddha descending from the heavens, illuminating half the darkness around him. Qin Fun didn't know what had happened to him. He only felt that his consciousness, which had disappeared, was quickly recovering. He could already communicate with Little Pig using his mind. "Little Pig, what's going on? Don't tell me I'm dead?" Little Pig's anxious expression changed greatly. Suddenly, it danced excitedly. "Master, you're not dead. This is the Vajra esoteric art acting up. Master has already cultivated the Vajra esoteric art to the first stage." Qin Fun suddenly remembered the Vajra esoteric art. It was a supreme cultivation technique that he had obtained a long time ago after drinking the lucky potion. According to the classification of cultivation techniques, the supreme cultivation technique had already reached the peak. It was a godly cultivation technique that was several levels higher than the earth-level martial technique, Windblade. However, after obtaining the Vajra esoteric art, Qin Fun realized that he couldn't cultivate it. And now, at this moment of life and death, the Vajra esoteric art actually acted up. "I've broken through the first stage of the Vajra esoteric art. What's going on?" Qin Fun was full of doubts. Little Pig's excitement couldn't be quelled. It jumped and yelled, "Master, the Vajra esoteric art is a passive cultivation technique. It can't be actively cultivated. The only way it can cultivate is by continuously getting beaten up. The more beaten up you are, the faster you can cultivate the Vajra esoteric art. Master has obtained the Vajra esoteric art for more than half a year. In this half a year, Master has been beaten up countless times. The Vajra esoteric art has always been cultivating on its own. The battle just now allowed the Vajra esoteric art to break through to the next stage. Master now has an invincible golden body. No one in the inner chi stage can kill Master." Little Pig explained a lot. Qin Fun was a bit annoyed. What did it mean by he had been beaten up for more than half a year? However, Qin Fun was already excited. The invincible golden body of the first stage of the Vajra esoteric art sounded awesome. If no one in the inner chi stage could kill Qin Fun's Vajra esoteric art, then he was completely invincible in the inner chi stage. What about the inner chi stage? Can that old man from the Starlight Gate kill me? Qin Fun hurriedly asked. Ling Tianhai is only at the first stage of the inner chi stage. It would be very difficult for him to kill Master's invincible golden body. With the invincible golden body, Master's bones, meridians, and blood have all been greatly transformed. Master is different from before. Even the defensive ability of the Purple Thunder Wild Robe can't compare to Master's invincible golden body. Qin Fun was full of excitement. He had always thought that the Vajra esoteric art was a useless technique. He didn't expect it to be so fierce when it went crazy. Little Pig, how many stages are there in the Vajra esoteric art? There are 9 stages in total. Master broke through the first stage of the invincible golden body. If you break through the second stage, you'll have the silver blood true body. At that time, no one in the inner chi stage can kill Master. The more Little Pig spoke, the more excited Qin Fun became. He had already prepared himself to be beaten up frequently in the future. Just thinking about it made him feel sick. Rumble. Just as Little Pig was about to continue speaking, a violent explosion sounded in Qin Fun's ears. Ling Tianhai had already regained his senses. He realized that something was wrong. He waved his short sword and launched another attack. Bang, bang, bang. A loud explosion sounded, but it didn't hit Qin Fun. Ling Tianhai looked at his left hand with a dumbfounded expression. The flying sword in his hand had disappeared. When Ling Tianhai looked up, he saw a pink light flickering in the pitch-black valley. It was like a meteor falling from the sky. How is this possible? This is impossible. What kind of crooked cultivation method did you practice? Why are you getting stronger the more I hit you? Ling Tianhai was the great elder of one of the hidden 5 hegemons. Even he was stunned by Qin Fun's situation. He couldn't understand it no matter how hard he racked his brain. This Qin Fen was too strange. Xiao. Qin Fen didn't say anything. What, answered Ling Tian Hai, was a flying sword. The speed of the cosmic flying sword was too fast. Even Ling Tian Hai couldn't react in time. He quickly dodged to the side, but he still couldn't dodge the flying sword. The flying sword that had pierced his heart directly cut through Ling Tian Hai's arm. Poochie. The sound of skin being cut rang out. Ling Tian Hai subconsciously looked at his arm. There was a long cut on his arm. Fresh blood gushed out. Ling Tian Hai had forgotten how long it had been since he was injured. How long had it been since he saw his own blood? But tonight, he was injured in a fight with a 20-year-old brat. This kind of humiliation made Ling Tian Hai completely crazy. He brandished his short sword and chased after Qin Fen. Stinking brat, I'm going to tear you to pieces. His roar was like thunder. Just the violent aura caused the valley to shake. Qin Fen wasn't afraid. He stepped on his flying sword and flew around the valley, looking for an opportunity to attack. Xiao! The sound of wind breaking rang out in the valley again. Ling Tian Hai thought it was a flying sword and quickly dodged to the other side. Qin Fen's figure appeared in front of Ling Tian Hai. He clapped his hands, and several balls of destructive fire appeared. Brat, let's see where you can run now. Ling Tian Hai finally saw Qin Fen. Without hesitation, he swung his sword. In an instant, 13 stars condensed behind him. It was as if the entire sky was under his control. This sword drew on the power of the stars. The vast aura was like a tsunami. Qin Fen, who was standing opposite, felt the pressure. Xiao, xiao, xiao. Another sound of wind breaking rang out. Ling Tian Hai brandished his short sword. He didn't even try to dodge. He wanted to fight Qin Fen head-on. But before the short sword landed on Qin Fen's head, Ling Tian Hai's expression suddenly changed. He realized that the sound of wind breaking coming from Qin Fen was not the flying sword. The flying sword was still under Qin Fen's feet. Poochie. The pink light flashed. A second ago, it was under Qin Fen's feet. The next moment, it pierced through Ling Tian Hai's heart from behind. Qin Fen was too late to dodge Ling Tian Hai's attack. The majestic sword Qi covered the sky and the earth. In an instant, Qin Fen was sent flying hundreds of meters away. Rumble. Only then did the sound of explosion come, and it was continuous. Ling Tian Hai stood on the ground. His old eyes were filled with shock. Blood gushed out from the corner of his mouth. His chest had long been dyed red with blood. That sword had completely crushed Ling Tian Hai's heart. Even if his strength was high, he would have died without a doubt. But Ling Tian Hai still could not believe that he, a powerful Zhen Qi stage cultivator, was killed by a 20-year-old brat. But the moment Ling Tian Hai fell to the ground, a sneer appeared on his face. Chapter 1040. Rumble. Ling Tian Hai's body fell to the ground, and dust flew everywhere. At this point, a true Qi stage cultivator from China had fallen by Qin Feng's hand. Ling Tian Hai's dying wish was not fulfilled. He thought Qin Feng would also die. At this time, Qin Feng climbed out of the deep pit with difficulty and looked at his golden body and laughed. This Vajra esoteric art's invincible golden body was awesome. It actually blocked a fatal blow from a true Qi stage cultivator. Master, are you all right? Master, quickly recover. Shimen Shui Shui, and I will protect you. Qin Feng had already released Ouyang Feng and Shimen Shui Shui. Without needing Qin Feng to say anything, the two heroes stood on Qin Feng's left and right. They were like two door guards, vigilant of the surroundings. Little Pig was also released. This guy probably went crazy in the system. Once he came out, he ran all over the mountains and plains. He was not afraid of being eaten by wild wolves. Qin Feng's injuries were not light. He sat cross-legged and used various medicinal pills to recover his body. Time flew by. Qin Feng felt that a night had passed in the blink of an eye. But what made him happy was that after a night of rest, he had recovered 70% of his strength. Looking at the rising sun over the valley, Qin Feng stood up. It was time to take the position of the Alliance Master of the Martial Arts Circle. Shaoli quickly tell me where Qin Feng went. If you don't tell me, I'll tell him to kick you out when he comes back." Dong Fang Qin Shui was angry with Xiao Li early in the morning. Xiao Li remembered Qin Feng's instructions and endured Dong Fang Qin Shui's temper. At this time, the two girls were standing in the large open space behind the Sichuan restaurant. A few days ago, Qin Feng fought with Ling Daozi at his peak here. The open space was already filled with people. Everyone gathered according to their sections. Nearly 100 sects from the outer martial arts circle were gathered here because the martial arts circle convention that was held once every 5 years was about to begin. "Hey, are you deaf, lass? Why aren't you talking to me?" Everyone was waiting for the martial arts circle convention to begin. Dong Fang Qin Shui kept asking Xiao Li about Qin Feng's whereabouts. Qin Feng had disappeared since last night. Dong Fang Qin Shui was worried about Qin Feng, which was why she was so anxious. "How would I know where Master went? Aren't you his fiancé? Your man is missing. Why are you always asking me for him?" Xiao Li was annoyed by Dong Fang Qin Shui's shouting and couldn't help but reply. Dong Fang Qin Shui was still worried and was infuriated by Xiao Li's words. She put her hands on her hips and arrogantly glared at Xiao Li. "All right, you dare to speak to me like that? When Qin Feng comes back, I'll have him take care of you." "I don't believe it. Master loves Xiao Li very much and wouldn't hit me. At most, he would slap but a few times." Xiao Li was also angry and purposely angered Dong Fang Qin Shui. You're so disgusting. You don't know shame." Dong Fang Qin Shui was usually cold, arrogant, and noble, and rarely spoke to people. Arguing was really her weakness. Xiao Li had gained the upper hand and was extremely pleased with himself. "So what if I'm shameless in front of Master? Anyway, Master has already touched, hugged, and done that. Can I talk about it? When had Xiao Li ever done that to Qin Feng?" She purposely lied. Dong Fang Qin Shui instantly exploded. She didn't even do that with Qin Feng. She didn't think that Qin Feng would secretly mess around with Xiao Li. "You vixen, I'll kill you." Dong Fang Qin Shui's temper was cold and arrogant. She never pretended to be fake. If she was dissatisfied in her heart, she would directly vent it out. The two beauties started fighting, and many people were happily watching the show. However, Dong Fang Qin Shui's strength was a lot weaker than Xiao Li's. Xiao Li was considerate of Qin Feng's face, so he kept giving in to Dong Fang Qin Shui. Sister-in-law Qin Shui, Beauty Xiao Li, stopped fighting. The martial arts circle convention is about to start. Be careful not to make that stinky man from the Starlight Gate unhappy and disqualify you. When Zhang Biao saw this, he immediately came over to mediate. Dong Fang Qin Shui happened to be tired, so she stopped and angrily glared at Xiao Li. "Umph, just you wait. When Qin Feng comes back, I'll definitely make him teach you a lesson." Xiao Li turned her head and didn't say anything. She felt somewhat wronged. They were both women, so why did she have to give in to Dong Fang Qin Shui when she was being bullied? Xiao Li yearned endlessly. If only Master could pamper her like how he pampered Dong Fang Qin Shui. Xiao Li was willing to exchange everything. The two women stopped fighting. The surrounding disciples from the various sects didn't have anything to watch, so they continued gossiping. The martial arts circle convention is set to start at 8 a.m. It's already 7:50 a.m. Why haven't I seen anyone from the Starlight Gate come? Sigh. Young hero Qin Feng hasn't come either. Don't tell me he's not coming. He's the pride and belief of our outer hidden sect. If young hero Qin Feng doesn't come, the position of Alliance Master will belong to the inner hidden sect again. The martial arts circle convention is getting more and more boring. It's almost becoming a show for the 5 hegemons of the inner hidden sect. If this continues, all of us outer hidden sects will become the lackeys and odd job workers of the inner hidden sect. At this moment, Ling Fei walked over with a few disciples from the Starlight Gate, Su Ruoro and Hua Xianyu. Stop talking. The people from the Starlight Gate are here. If they hear you, they'll kill you. The noisy crowd suddenly fell silent. It was as if everyone had agreed to shut their mouths. Ling Fei led the crowd to the center of the crowd. Everyone looked at Ling Fei and the disciples from the Starlight Gate with strange expressions. Why were there only a few people? Where were Ling Daozi and the two elders from the Starlight Gate? The Martial Arts Circle Convention was hosted by the sect that the previous Alliance Master belonged to. Therefore, the Starlight Gate was the host of the convention. Logically speaking, the Starlight Gate should have sent many elder-level experts to hold the fort. But now, Ling Fei had come. This was somewhat inexcusable. Ling Fei was very depressed. Recently, he had been cultivating in seclusion. This morning, he had just broken through to the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Chi. He was originally quite happy, but in the morning, he discovered that Ling Daozi, the two elders, and the vice sect master had all disappeared. Ling Fei couldn't find them for a long time. Seeing that the Martial Arts Circle Convention was about to start, Ling Fei had no choice but to rush over. Everyone, I'm very sorry. Our Alliance Master Ling Daozi has some matters to attend to and has temporarily left. He will be here soon. Everyone, please wait patiently for a while. Ling Fei didn't know where Ling Daozi and the others had gone. At this moment, he could only make up an excuse to temporarily calm everyone down. The crowd immediately burst into discussion. They were all complaining and discontented. The Martial Arts Circle Convention was a very sacred event to martial artists. All the major sects of the outer martial arts circle had gathered here today. Everyone had been punctually waiting here for a long time. How could they delay the time just because they wanted to? Although everyone was very dissatisfied, in the face of the prestige of the Starlight Gate, the sects of the outer hidden sects held back and did not say anything. The dozens of sects of the inner hidden sects did not stand up either. Everyone surrounded the field and waited. Seeing that it was already past the scheduled time for the start of the Martial Arts Circle Convention, Ling Fei's expression became more and more flustered. Logically speaking, how could Ling Daozi and the others be late for such an important day? Moreover, Ling Fei had called 4 people's phones. In the end, their phones were either turned off or not picked up. This gave Ling Fei a bad feeling. Young hero Ling Fei, why isn't Alliance Master Ling Daozi here yet? We can't just keep waiting here, can we? Time passed very quickly. Everyone waited for more than half an hour before someone finally could not wait any longer. That's right. This is the Martial Arts Circle Convention. As the organizer, how can the Starlight Gate not be punctual? Why don't we start? Anyway, the rules of the Martial Arts Circle Convention are that martial artists stand above the others. Whoever is the strongest will be the new Alliance Master of the Martial Arts Circle. Someone stood up and shouted. Many people gathered their courage and echoed. The sects of the inner hidden sects could not wait any longer. However, they did not say anything. After all, the Starlight Gate was still the #1 sect of the inner hidden sections. The other inner hidden sects could not afford to offend them. Ling Fei had been burning with anxiety for a long time. He was already panicking. Seeing that the situation was getting out of control, he quickly shouted with a cold expression, "Stop arguing. It's only been half an hour. Everyone, wait a little longer. The Martial Arts Circle Convention is not in a hurry. It doesn't matter if it's earlier or later." Ling Fei was now in the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Chi. He was in existence among the strong in the crowd. In addition to the background of the Starlight Gate, the noise in the crowd gradually subsided. Why do we have to wait? I want to start now. Just as the crowd quieted down, a voice came from afar. Everyone looked in the direction of the voice and saw a familiar figure descending from the sky and standing in the middle of the crowd. It's young hero Qin Feng. Great. Young hero Qin Feng is here. Our outer hidden sects are finally saved. Qin Feng defeated Ling Daozi here last time. No matter what, he is at the peak of Stage 9 Inner Chi. The Alliance Master of the Martial Arts Circle will definitely be young hero Qin Feng. Qin Feng rushed all the way from the bottom of the cliff. He did not care about the discussion of the crowd. Instead, he walked to Su Ruoro and said with a bright smile, "Ruoro, did you sleep well last night?" Su Ruoro did not expect Qin Feng to appear again and continue to pester her. This made Su Ruoro extremely shy. She was focused on her cultivation in the Serenity sect and did not understand the meaning of love. Now that Qin Feng greeted her in front of the entire outer martial arts circle, Su Ruoro did not know what to say. I don't need you to mind my business. Su Ruo saw that Qin Feng kept staring at her, so she could not help but reply in a low voice. Qin Feng smiled and said, "Wait until I take down the Alliance Master of the Martial Arts Circle. Then I'll look for you." Qin Feng came and stood like the leader of the dragons. Ling Fei stood to the side and gnashed his teeth in anger. Especially when he saw Qin Feng flirting with junior sister Wu Xian. Ling Fei wanted to stomp Qin Feng to death. Stinking brat. Today's martial arts circle convention is hosted by the Starlight Sect. It will start whenever I say. Hurry up and move aside. It's best if you don't pester Wu Xian and junior sister Xianyu. Otherwise, I won't be polite to you. Ling Fei said a lot, but he did not dare to make a move. This was because Ling Fei had seen the battle between Qin Feng and Ling Daozi with his own eyes. Even if he had broken through to the middle stage of stage 9 inner chi, he did not dare to fight with Qin Feng rashly. Ling Fei's words were too domineering. The sect disciples who were waiting for the martial arts circle convention to start were unhappy. This martial arts circle convention was an event of the entire outer martial arts circle. It did not belong to the Starlight Sect alone. How could they say whatever they want? Qin Feng had already turned around and looked at Ling Fei with a smile. What if I insist on starting now? Although Qin Feng was smiling again, Ling Fei felt a chill down his spine. He pretended to be calm and shouted, "Don't think that you are amazing just because you have some skills. When Alliance Master Ling Daozi and the 2 great elders of the Starlight Sect arrive, you will suffer. Wait for them to come and support you?" The smile on Qin Feng's face became wider. He suddenly raised his hand and slapped Ling Fei away. Chapter 1041. Qin Feng sent Ling Fei, who was in the middle stage of stage 9 inner chi, flying with a single slap. This scene stunned everyone. Regardless of Ling Fei's strength, he was still a member of the Starlight Sect. Was Qin Feng really not afraid of the Starlight Sect's revenge? You dare to attack? You're finished today. When Alliance leader Ling Daozi and the 2 elders arrive, they will definitely kill you on the spot. Ling Fei was slapped in the face by Qin Feng in front of all the disciples of the outer martial arts world. Hua Xianyu and Wu Xian, who he was pursuing, were also watching. This was a great humiliation. Facing the threat of the Starlight Sect, everyone was nervous for Qin Feng. However, Qin Feng's expression did not change. With a flash of his body, he slapped Ling Fei again. Slap! This slap was even louder. It made Ling Fei's handsome face look like a pig's head. After Ling Fei fell to the ground, he did not even dare to say anything. He looked at Qin Feng with a terrified expression. He felt like he was dreaming. I already said, you won't be able to wait until they return. This year's Martial Arts Circle Convention has already begun. Now I announce that everyone can start the competition. After Qin Feng possessed the flying sword, killing a stage 9 inner chi expert was as easy as drinking a cup of tea. How could he take someone like Ling Fei seriously? After beating Ling Fei up, Qin Feng stood in the middle of the crowd as if he was the previous martial arts alliance master. His arrogant and loud voice shocked everyone. The disciples of the Starlight Sect did not even dare to let out a fart. Even the sects of the inner hidden sects did not come back to their senses. They were also stunned by Qin Feng, who had appeared out of nowhere. Brat, who do you think you are? How dare you act so ruthlessly in the martial arts circle convention? After a moment of silence, there was still someone who stood up and shouted at Qin Feng. This was a disciple of the inner hidden Thousand Miles sect. These people from the inner hidden sect had only rushed over on the night of the treasure inspection conference, so they were not clear about the battle between Qin Feng and Ling Daozi. You also want to be slapped. Qin Feng did not care who the other party was and glanced at him coldly. The disciple of the Thousand Miles sect was furious. He pulled out the twin axes on his back and swung them at Qin Feng. However, before he could reach Qin Feng, he was already sent flying by Qin Feng's palm. Rumble. Qin Feng, who had broken through to the middle stage of stage 9 inner chi, was as powerful as a stage 9 inner chi master. The wind and clouds changed as soon as he struck with his palm. The air around him was disrupted by his palm strike, and a strong gust of wind rose in all directions. Many people screamed in fear. How dare you attack a disciple of the Thousand Miles sect? I'll take your dog life. The disciple from the Thousand Miles sect who was sent flying was only a stage 8 inner chi disciple. This time, an elder in his 50s flew towards Qin Feng. His inner chi was at the late stage of stage 9 inner chi. The elder had already seen through Qin Feng's strength. He was only at the mid-stage of stage 9 inner chi. The elder from the Thousand Miles sect wasn't afraid of Qin Feng. His first move was a killing move. The violent chi in his palm was enough to shatter Qin Feng's body. Before the attack even landed, cries of alarm could be heard all around. The disciples of the outer hidden sects could feel the powerful strength of the elder from the Thousand Miles sect. They felt helpless. Any disciple from the inner hidden sects was at least a stage 8 inner chi expert, and the elders were all stage 9 inner chi experts. On the other hand, the outer hidden sects were all stage 6 inner chi experts, and the elders were only stage 8 inner chi experts. Only the sect leader could reach the peak of stage 9 inner chi. This was the difference between the outer hidden sects and the inner hidden sections. It had been hundreds of years, so it couldn't be changed in a short period of time. Rumble. A loud explosion reverberated in the air. Under the astonished gazes of the crowd, Qin Feng didn't move an inch. Instead, he collided head-on with the Thousand Miles sect's Zhang Lai's fist. When the fist and palm collided, the sound of thunder and whistling could be heard from Qin Feng's body. The surging qi instantly sent the elder from the Thousand Miles sect flying. The elder spat out a mouthful of blood in midair. His eyes were filled with dissatisfaction and shock. He couldn't understand how a kid at the mid-stage of stage 9 inner chi could explode with his peak strength. Whoosh! After the elder from the Thousand Miles sect fell to the ground, the surroundings suddenly became quiet. There were still many people from the inner hidden sects who didn't like Qin Feng and were about to attack him. However, they were so shocked by Qin Feng's strength that they stopped in their tracks. Most of the participants in the Martial Society convention were stage inner chi experts, and Qin Feng's strength was at the peak of stage 9 inner chi. The 5 hidden hegemons were dumbfounded. They didn't know when such a young martial arts expert like Qin Feng appeared in the outer hidden sections. After slapping the elder from the Thousand Miles sect, Qin Feng didn't even look at the old man. It was as if nothing had happened. He turned around and smiled at Su Ruoro. Su Ruoro was already stunned by Qin Feng's strength. She was also staring at Qin Feng's back in a daze. When their eyes met, Su Ruoro was so embarrassed that her heart was in a mess. She quickly turned her head and pretended that nothing had happened. Is there anyone else who doesn't like me? Come at me together. Don't waste everyone's time in the Martial Society convention. Qin Feng stood in the center of the arena with his hands behind his back. He looked around at the big and small forces of the outer hidden sections. At this moment, the Martial Society convention hadn't started yet, but Qin Feng seemed to have become the Martial Society Alliance Master. His appearance caused the outer hidden sect's disciples to be overjoyed. This Martial Society convention finally had something to look forward to. The Martial Society Alliance Master had been in the inner hidden sects for hundreds of years. Now, it was time for the outer hidden sects to take the seat. The Martial Society convention is about to start. Tell Ling Daozi of the Starlight sect to come out. I know. It must be the people from the Starlight sect who saw young hero Qin Feng and were too embarrassed to come out. Young hero Qin Feng, the outer hidden sects are relying on you to win glory this time. Shouts rang out from all directions. They were all supporting Qin Feng. The inner hidden sect's disciples were so angry that their faces turned ashen. However, under Qin Feng's power and prestige, no one dared to stand out and challenge him. Qin Feng became the center of attention. Dong Feng Qing Shui ran over in surprise and held Qin Feng's arm in front of everyone. Bastard, where did you go last night? Qin Feng's sharp black eyes suddenly softened. He looked at Dong Feng Qing Shui and smiled. What? Were you worried about me? Dong Feng Qing Shui was proud and noble. How could she let Qin Feng see through her thoughts? She immediately glared at Qin Feng and said, "What are you thinking? Don't think too highly of yourself. I was afraid that you weren't here and no bodyguards would protect me." Of course, Qin Feng understood Dong Fong Qing Shue's thoughts, but he didn't expose her. Everyone watched Qin Feng and Dong Fong Qing Shue flirting, but no one dared to say anything. When Su Ruo saw this scene, she suddenly felt an indescribable sense of loss. She didn't know what was wrong with her. She felt that Qin Feng was very unreliable. On one hand, he was pursuing her, but on the other, he was tangling with another woman. "Master, are you all right?" Xiaoli also ran over and looked at Qin Feng with a worried expression. Qin Feng smiled at Xiaoli. "I'm fine." Dong Fong Qing Shue was instantly unhappy. She pinched Qin Feng's lower back and said, "Hurry and help me beat up this servant girl. She's not obedient at all. I want you to replace her." Xiaoli glared angrily, but didn't say anything. When Qin Feng saw that these two women were about to fight again, he immediately pulled Dong Fong Qing Shue back. "There's still something important to do right now. Stop fighting and wait for me at your sect." Although Dong Fong Qing Shue was willful, she was a woman who understood the big picture. She rolled her eyes at Xiao Li and angrily returned to the Blue Moon Observatory. Xiaoli also glanced at Qin Feng, then retreated. Qin Feng looked at the crowd again and said forcefully, "Since no one has any objections, then I hereby announce that this year's Martial Circle Convention officially begins. Now, everyone will compete. The final winner will become this year's Martial Circle Alliance Master." When Qin Feng's words fell, the surrounding claps were like thunder. The outer hidden sects all cheered and shouted. Previously, they were suppressed by Ling Fei and had a belly full of anger. Now that Qin Feng stood up to support them, everyone instantly felt much more at ease. "I'm a disciple of the outer hidden sect, Carefree Sect. I'm here to embarrass myself first. If anyone wants to challenge me, feel free to come up." There were already outer hidden sect disciples jumping onto the arena. Another figure flashed by. It was a man from the Divine Dragon sect. There were only 2 people in the arena at a time. Both sides performed the necessary martial arts etiquette before the battle began. The rules of the Martial Circle Convention were extremely simple. It was a place where martial arts dominated. There were no other rules. As long as you could rely on your own strength to fight to the end, you would become this year's Martial Circle Alliance Master. The 2 people on the arena were both young men. Because the Martial Circle Convention's competition was limited to people below 35 years old, and both of them were Stage 6 Inner Chi martial artists, they were evenly matched. The winner was decided after a fierce battle. The winner of this match is Divine Dragon Sect's Zhang Yu. When the result of the match was out, Qin Feng directly replaced the Starlight Sect's organizer and personally announced the result. There were hundreds of big and small sects in the outer hidden sect gathered in the arena. Just as the Carefree Sect disciple lost, more than 10 sects disciples rushed to the arena. The Martial Circle Convention was in full swing. As time passed, the strength of the disciples fighting on the arena became higher and higher. Martial artists who had already reached Stage 8 Inner Chi were fighting. More than half of the hundreds of sects in the surroundings had already been eliminated, especially the outer hidden sect sections. Only a few of the smaller sects could cultivate Stage 8 Inner Chi martial artists below the age of 35. For example, in the entire Azure Moon Observatory, the strongest among the younger generation was Stage 7 Inner Chi, Chenhai. Faced with this Stage 8 Inner Chi competition, Chenhai did not even have the courage to go on the arena. The Wu-Tang sect's genius disciple, Zhang Duanya, is here. A loud shout came from the crowd. In the blink of an eye, a green figure had already landed on the arena. Zhang Duanya was alone with a sword. However, the sword in his hand was actually an ordinary longsword. It was not even a piece of white equipment. This scene stunned everyone, because the Wu-Tang sect was famous for its 6 great spiritual swords. Everyone thought that Zhang Duanya would bring one of the 6 great spiritual swords to fight in this Martial Circle Convention. Who would have thought that he would come with a weapon? Listening to the discussions and doubts of the surrounding people, Zhang Duanya felt like he was going to die. He had originally brought the flying cloud sword with him. However, during the treasure appraisal convention a few days ago, the flying cloud sword had suddenly broken. Zhang Duanya had not been able to find a better sword in such a short amount of time. Even the weapon in his hand had been bought from the blacksmith shop of the Martial Art Alliance. Zhang Duanya, the last time we fought, we did not have a clear winner. This time I came prepared. You will definitely lose to my fist. The man in front of Zhang Duanya was the Kunlun sect's young genius disciple, Bamboo Rain. During the first martial circle disturbance, Bamboo Rain also went to attack Qin Feng. Later on, he was defeated by Qin Feng and returned to the sect to focus on cultivation. In just half a year, Bamboo Rain had leaped from the original stage 7 inner chi to the current early stage of stage 9 inner chi expert. This breakthrough speed was also astonishing. Stop talking nonsense. Watch my sword. Zhang Duanya had not been doing well recently. He had a belly full of anger that he wanted to vent. At this moment, he raised his long sword and leaped into the air. While he was in the air, his sword slashed out dozens of sharp sword rays. Oomph! You only increased your strength this little? How disappointing. Chapter 1042. Rumble. The power of the 12-pawn kicks was enormous. In the blink of an eye, Zhang Duanya's body was stomped dozens of times. Zhang Duanya's figure was sent flying, and when he landed on the ground, a few more sword strikes came at him. Bang, bang, bang. Zhang Duanya was only a stage 8 inner chi expert, but the sword art he practiced was very exquisite. After a few strikes, the retreating Zhu Yu was hit and also sent flying. Both of them landed together, but Zhang Duanya landed outside the arena and couldn't get up for a while. Zhu Yu was still in the arena and slowly stood up. At this point, the Martial Society convention had already become a competition between the outstanding figures of the younger generation. Zhu Yu alone put the disciples of more than 10 sects in the arena. The few big sects of the outer hidden sects were all defeated, and now only the people of the inner hidden sects were left. With such little strength, you can still hold on until now. Is the current outer hidden sects trash to this extent? Rumble. A loud sound echoed in the air. It turned out that a female disciple of Mount Jade had leaped onto the arena. The female was dressed in white and held a short sword in her hand. Her skin was as white as snow, and her delicate features revealed a trace of spiritual energy. It was impossible to tell the age of these female cultivators. Each and every one of them was as beautiful as a fairy. If they were to be brought to the secular world, those so-called young models and celebrities would definitely feel inferior to them. How powerful is your inner hidden sex? Why must you boast so much? Seeing the disciple of Mount Jade went up the arena, Zhu Yu was somewhat uncertain. But now, he was not only representing Kunlun's sect, but also the face of the outer hidden sections. Those big outer hidden sects who were competing with Zhu Yu for the position of the Martial Society Alliance leader all came to an agreement and cheered for Zhu Yu. The female disciple of Mount Jade didn't care at all. She raised her eyebrows and pounced forward with a short sword in her hand. Mount Jade, Hai Qing is here. The female disciple announced her name. At the same time, her beautiful figure also arrived in front of Zhu Yu. This Hai Qing only needed to swing his sword, and a turbulent aura burst out. Obviously, he was also an early stage 9 inner chi expert. It was just that Zhu Yu had fought with more than 10 people in a row, and the inner chi in his body was severely depleted. Now that he encountered an expert of the same level, he very quickly found it hard to resist. Arhut Fist. Kunlun sect was famous for their 12-pawn kick and Arhut Fist. Bamboo Rain's fist suddenly flashed with golden light, as if she was wearing a pair of golden gloves. That pair of fists were incomparably huge. When she swung her fists, the imposing manner increased by a lot. The air constantly emitted the sound of explosion, forcing Hai Qing to retreat. Retreating to the edge of the stage, Hai Qing's beautiful eyes suddenly flashed. That beautiful figure leaped onto the top of Bamboo Rain's head. The tip of her foot landed, and using the inertia of Bamboo Rain's movement, she directly kicked Bamboo Rain off the stage. The outer hidden sects are truly noobs. They were taken care of so quickly. Is there still anyone who dares to challenge us? Hai Qing defeated Zhu Yu and stood on the arena excitedly. Many of the sects from the outer hidden order were so angry that their faces were ashen. Many of them want to kill their way up to Hai Qing, but when they thought of Hai Qing's power, their hearts began to beat like drums. As for those sect's elders or sect masters, they didn't have the qualifications to go on stage due to age restrictions. Whoosh! A silhouette flew out and suddenly appeared on the stage. Seeing the person who went up, cries of surprise and cheers came from all around. The person who went up was Qin Feng. He was the pillar of support for the entire outer hidden order. It's you? Do you want to fight a woman? In this martial arts circle convention, whether it was the outer hidden order or the inner hidden order, the person they paid the most attention to was Qin Feng. Seeing Qin Feng suddenly enter the arena, the arrogant female disciple of Jade New Mountain, Hai Qing, instantly lost her confidence. Her voice trembled slightly. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back. He had a leisurely expression on his face as he stood on the stage. It was as if he was on vacation. I don't want to fight a woman either. Then, you can withdraw from the competition. Qin Feng smiled at Hai Qing. Hai Qing's expression turned cold. How could she withdraw from the competition in front of everyone? If she did, Jade New Mountain would lose all face. Oomph. Even if I lose to you, I won't withdraw. You're a man, yet you're fighting a woman. Let's see how you'll be able to survive in the outer hidden order even if you win against me. Hai Qing laughed delicately and brandished her sword towards Qin Feng. This woman didn't allow Qin Feng to attack. Instead, she attacked herself with a killing move. The sword chi that filled the sky surrounded Qin Feng from all directions, completely aiming to kill him. The crowd could feel the coldness of the sword chi. However, they realized that Qin Feng stood motionless on the spot. The sword chi surged and landed on Qin Feng's body. However, a golden light flickered around Qin Feng's body, and a series of crackling sounds came from his body. It was as if the sword chi was hitting on metal. Bang! 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 The crowd was dumbfounded by the scene. Hai Qing knitted her brows tightly. Her heart was beating wildly because of this strange scene. As a Stage 9 inner chi expert, even if she couldn't defeat Qin Feng, the sword chi should be able to injure Qin Feng's body. However, Qin Feng stood motionlessly in the middle of the sword chi. He was completely unharmed. Brother, you're amazing. If I'm not mistaken, this is the golden Arhut body unique to the Shaolin Temple. Young hero Qin Feng has learned the secret technique of the Shaolin Temple. This is unbelievable. No, this isn't the golden Arhut body of Shaolin Temple. Young hero Qin Feng's golden body is even more solid. This is the real, invincible golden body. The crowd discussed among themselves. The martial uncles from the Shaolin Temple were dumbfounded. The Shaolin Temple did have the invincible golden body, but it had some flaws. It was a technique that would injure both sides. Unless it was the last resort, the experts from the Shaolin Temple wouldn't use it. During the martial world crisis, martial uncle Yuanjun used the invincible golden body and suffered internal injuries. However, Qin Feng's technique was much more powerful than the one from the Shaolin Temple. This was because Qin Feng's invincible golden body didn't have any side effects. The golden light emitted from his body was softer and more solid. Beautiful lady, are you tired? I advise you to withdraw from the competition. Otherwise, you'll regret it when I make my move. After Qin Feng broke through the first stage of the Vajra esoteric, he had the invincible golden body. No one under the stage of inner chi could kill him. Moreover, he was wearing the purple thunder wild robe. With these two layers of protection, Qin Feng wouldn't be injured even if he stood in the middle of the sword chi. Hai Qing's eyes were filled with shock. She realized that she had underestimated Qin Feng's strength. Qin Feng had sent Ling Fei flying with 2 slaps and defeated the great elder of the Thousand Miles sect. How could she, Hai Qing, deal with such an expert? However, Hai Qing wasn't willing to give up. If she withdrew from the competition now, she wouldn't have the face to return to Jade Maiden Mountain. Moreover, Hai Qing discovered an advantage. Qin Feng really didn't fight with women. Hai Qing took advantage of this and kept attacking. She didn't believe that she couldn't break through Qin Feng's defense. Bang, bang, bang. Qin Feng stood in the middle of the sword formation. His clothes and hair fluttered in the wind, but his body wasn't injured. After fighting for a while, Qin Feng said, "Beautiful lady, if you don't withdraw from the competition, don't blame me for being impolite." Hai Qing's face turned red in embarrassment. Qin Feng stood there and let her hit him for a long time. She still couldn't defeat him. It was embarrassing enough to say it out loud. You're a man, and you still want to fight? Wait a little longer. I'll defeat you in a while." Hai Qing was so anxious that her little face turned red. Laughter came from all directions. In the past, the people of the inner hidden sects were so arrogant that they didn't put these people of the outer hidden sects in their eyes. It was as if they were born to be a class higher than the people of the outer hidden sections. Now that the disciples of the inner hidden sects, Jade Maiden Mountain, had made a fool of themselves, the disciples of the outer hidden sects were extremely happy. This time, there were many people from Jade Maiden Mountain. The female elder who led the group had a cold expression. She felt that this time, the face of the sect was completely lost. However, the female elder couldn't do anything. She didn't blame Hai Qing in her heart. She could only blame Hai Qing for being unlucky to meet such an abnormal opponent like Qin Feng. "Beautiful lady, my patience has run out. Since you don't want to withdraw from the competition, then I can only withdraw for you." Qin Feng stood in the arena and let Hai Qing hit him for a full 10 minutes. Then, his figure flashed and disappeared before Hai Qing's eyes. Hai Qing was so scared that her whole body trembled. She had seen Qin Feng's strength. Could it be that Qin Feng was going to use underhanded means? Hai Qing felt that she definitely wouldn't be able to block even one move. What are you doing? Quickly let go of me." Hai Qing's mind was filled with thousands of thoughts. Just as she was thinking about how to escape, she suddenly felt someone hugging her tightly from behind. Hai Qing was so scared that she cried out. She turned her head and saw Qin Feng's vulgar smile. The surrounding martial artists were in an uproar. No one expected that Qin Feng would suddenly make such a move. Wasn't this the scene of a martial arts competition? How did the two of them end up hugging each other and flirting while fighting? Hai Qing struggled with all her might, but she couldn't break free from Qin Feng's embrace. Qin Feng's hands were no longer honest. He pinched Hai Qing's delicate and charming cheeks and even blew hot air in her ears. "Beautiful lady, it was you who didn't want to go down. Then, this elder will satisfy you. Have you taken a fancy to this elder? Why don't we fight for 500 rounds right now?" Qin Feng still didn't want to fight with a woman. Thus, he purposely displayed a frivolous attitude, wanting to scare away this female disciple of Jade Maiden Mountain. It had to be said that this cultivating woman was indeed beautiful. Her body surged with spiritual energy, and her skin was as smooth as a newborn baby's. Qin Feng hugged Hai Qing and didn't want to let go. Hai Qing had already thrown away the short sword in her hand. At this time, she was so anxious that she kept stomping her feet. You shameless person, let go. I am going to tear you into 1,000 pieces." All the female disciples of the sects who cultivated were very pure. They rarely came into contact with the world of mortals. Even if they got together with a man, it would be for the sake of dual cultivation. Moreover, they would only have one partner in their lifetime. Hai Qing was still single. She didn't have a partner, but she was being hugged by Qin Feng in front of all the disciples of the outer martial arts world at the martial arts conference. She wanted to die. "Beautiful lady, if you want me to let go of you, then announce that you're withdrawing from the competition now." Qin Feng didn't really want to take advantage of Hai Qing. He mainly wanted this woman to step down from the competition. Hai Qing was so anxious that tears fell from her eyes. She was the strongest disciple of Jade Maiden Mountain. If she withdrew from the competition, then wouldn't Jade Maiden Mountain give up the right to participate in the Martial Arts Alliance Master Election? As Hai Qing struggled, she refused to back out of the competition. Qin Feng was helpless against this stubborn girl. Dongfang Qing Shui gnashed her teeth as she watched from below. She almost rushed up and stomped Qin Feng to death. How could this brat be so fickle? Every time he saw a beautiful woman, he would flirt with her. Xiaoli, on the other hand, was very calm. She saw the battle between Qin Feng and Ice Lake Mountain's old Taoist nun last night. This scene before her was child's play. Hua Xianyu's willowy eyebrows furrowed tightly. Su Ruoro was so nervous that she clasped her hands together. She was becoming more and more disappointed in Qin Feng. This man was too fickle. Su Ruoro decided to ignore this stinky man Qin Feng in the future. The originally intense martial arts conference became a public teasing session for Qin Feng. Everyone's eyes fell to the ground. At this time, a low roar came from outside the arena. "Hai Qing, come down. Our Jade, Maiden Mountain, admits defeat." Chapter 1043. When the sect leader of Jade, New Mountain, finished speaking, Hai Qing stopped struggling. Her beautiful eyes were filled with disappointment. It seemed that Jade New Mountain had no fate with the martial arts circle convention. Qin Feng let go of Hai Qing. Seeing the girl's dejected expression, Qin Feng patted her shoulder and said, "Miss Hai Qing, don't be dejected. After I become a martial arts alliance leader, I'll take care of Jade New Mountain in the future. You can go now." Qin Feng's words caused the crowd to gasp. Based on the strength of the disciples who had come to participate in the competition, Qin Feng was the strongest among the powerhouses under the age of 35. This time, the title of Wulin Chancellor would definitely belong to Qin Feng. Everyone present wanted to curry favor with Qin Feng. This way, their sects would be able to develop greatly in the next 5 years. Now that Qin Feng agreed to take care of Jade New Mountain, everyone was extremely envious. The sad and disappointed Hai Qing's eyes suddenly lit up. She looked shyly at Qin Feng. Her cold and powerful aura disappeared. She had never been in love before, but at this moment, she was a little excited. This is what you said. Then don't go back on your word." Hai Qing became a spoiled little girl. The beautiful and moving scene made many men's hearts flutter. Qin Feng smiled and said, "Don't worry. I, Qin Feng, am a man of my word. Why would I lie to you?" Qin Feng's method of picking up girls was already at the point of perfection. It was even higher than his cultivation. He could pick up a girl in the time it took to fight. Dongfang Qin Shui was so angry that she gritted her teeth. Even Xiao Li was helpless against her master. As for Su Ruoro, she didn't want to look at Qin Feng anymore. She kept her head down and didn't say anything. No one knew what she was thinking. Hai Qing was extremely happy. She looked shyly at Qin Feng and didn't want to get off the stage. The female elder of Jade, New Mountain's expression also improved. She stood below the stage and said, "Hai Qing, hurry and get off the stage. Don't affect other people's matches. Young hero Qin Feng, I thank you on behalf of Hai Qing. If you have time, Jade New Mountain welcomes you at any time." Since the elder had spoken, Hai Qing had no choice but to get off the stage. When she got off the stage, she reluctantly looked back at Qin Feng. Qin Feng was helpless against Hai Qing's actions. It seemed that this little girl who had just experienced her first awakening of love was completely conquered by him. After Hai Qing left the stage, the audience quietened down again. Hai Qing was a stage 9 inner chi expert, but he couldn't even hurt a hair on Qin Feng's head. Qin Feng's strength shocked the crowd. The inner hidden sect disciples were dumbfounded. No one dared to challenge Qin Feng. The gazes of the major sects from the inner hidden sects all fell on the disciples of the inner hidden 5 hegemons. They did not intend to step forward and were waiting for the inner hidden 5 hegemons to step forward and destroy Qin Feng's prestige. There were only 4 sects left among the 5 hidden hegemons. For some reason, Ice Lake Mountain didn't come today, but Starlight Sect sent Ling Fei to hold the fort. Everyone was disappointed by this scene. Serenity disciple Hua Xianyu, please enlighten me. After a long period of silence, a beautiful figure suddenly stepped onto the stage. As soon as Hua Xianyu landed on the stage, a wave of exclamations came from the audience. This woman was too beautiful. She was like a fairy that had descended from the heavens. Qin Feng, on the other hand, had a bitter expression on his face. He wasn't afraid of anyone in today's martial arts circle conference except for Hua Xianyu and Su Ruoro from the Serenity. Miss Xianyu, I think you should withdraw from the competition. I have a mission to complete. I must become the leader of the martial arts circle. Otherwise, I can hand over the position to you. What Qin Feng said was the truth. He came to the martial arts circle conference to complete the system's mission. He didn't really care about the title of the martial arts circle conference. Hua Xianyu was in a dilemma. Of course, she didn't want to fight with Qin Feng. However, she and Wu Xan from the Serenity had come. What else could she do? Young hero Qin Feng, this is the martial arts circle conference. Let's put our friendship aside for now. I will fight with all my strength later. You should also do your best. Since Hua Xianyu was on the stage, there was no reason for her to withdraw. She knew very well that she wasn't Qin Feng's opponent. Hua Xianyu was only a stage 8 inner Qi cultivator. She was weaker than Hai Qing. How could she defeat Qin Feng? If that's the case, then I can only offend you. To be fair, I won't use the invincible golden body. Miss Xianyu, please be careful later. Qin Feng didn't act pretentiously. He was ready to fight at any time. Hua Xianyu raised her hand and drew a soft sword from her waist. She let out a delicate cry and pounced towards Qin Feng. Rip! The sound of air being torn rang out. Hua Xianyu didn't hold back. Her first strike was aimed at Qin Feng's heart. Unfortunately, Hua Xianyu was too weak. Her speed was fast to others, but it was full of flaws in Qin Feng's eyes. Qin Feng leaned to the side and said, Miss Xianyu's sword technique is soft but firm. It's exquisite, but it lacks killing intent and agility. If your sword speed was twice as fast, I believe that even a stage 9 inner Qi expert wouldn't be your opponent. Qin Feng didn't plan to fight Hua Xianyu for real. Otherwise, he could send her flying with a slap. After hearing Qin Feng's words, Hua Xianyu's beautiful eyes sparkled. She had practiced swordsmanship for more than 10 years. Now, she had a sudden realization. Qin Feng was giving her pointers. Young hero Qin Feng, do you know that it's dangerous to indulge your enemy? Hua Xianyu quickly regained her senses. Her expression turned cold, and she thrust her sword again. This time, the speed of the sword was much faster. It lacked some unnecessary fanciful moves and added some killing intent to it. This made the sword technique more fierce and practical. Rip! However, the long sword still missed. Qin Feng disappeared like a ghost and reappeared behind Hua Xianyu. Miss Xianyu, your inner Qi is strong and your realm is stable. However, you don't have enough combat experience. You only focus on attacking and don't know how to defend. If it was someone else, they would have killed you if they stabbed you in the back. Qin Feng's voice rang out from time to time. The martial artists in the audience were dumbfounded. They wondered if this was the scene of a martial arts conference. In the previous match, Qin Feng and Hai Qing hugged each other. In this match, Qin Feng didn't make a move. He kept giving pointers to Hua Xianyu. Hua Xianyu's heart shook. She felt a lingering fear. Qin Feng pointed out her fatal weaknesses. Hua Xianyu also felt the danger. If it wasn't Qin Feng, but someone else, Hua Xianyu believed that she would have been seriously injured and defeated. Young hero Qin Feng, please don't be like this. Hurry up and attack. Hua Xianyu felt grateful and guilty at the same time. She didn't want Qin Feng to give in to her. She didn't want to withdraw from the competition because she wanted to protect Serenity's reputation. However, she still hoped that she would be defeated by Qin Feng. This way, Qin Feng could become the leader of the martial arts society. Then I'll have to offend you. Qin Feng's voice was cold. His whole body was bursting with inner Qi. Hua Xianyu panicked. She only knew how strong Qin Feng was after fighting with him. Just this burst of inner Qi was enough to make Hua Xianyu breathless. Rumble. A loud sound spread. Qin Feng's palm didn't directly hit Hua Xianyu. Instead, it pierced through the air between the two of them. Hua Xianyu had the time to react. She immediately circulated her inner Qi to protect her body. Unfortunately, her realm was too low. She was slapped off the stage by Qin Feng. Senior sister Xianyu, are you okay? Su Ruoro cried out in shock. She leaped and caught Hua Xianyu. Hua Xianyu felt a stifling feeling in her chest and was unable to speak for a while. However, she was pleasantly surprised in her heart because Qin Feng's palm was not a real attack. It was just a gust of air that shook her off the stage. Bastard, Serenity's Wu Xin is here. Su Ruo misunderstood Qin Feng. She thought that he beat Hua Xianyu until she couldn't speak. In a fit of anger, Su Ruo flew onto the stage. Hua Xianyu's chest calmed down. She wanted to stop junior sister Wu Xin, but it was too late. Once she was on the stage, she had to fight to the end. Ruo, why are you here? Get off the stage. Qin Feng felt a headache when he saw Su Ruo. He didn't even attack Hai Qing, so why would he attack Su Ruo? Cut the crap. You're strong, right? Then let me see. Su Ruo was filled with anger. Half of it was because Qin Feng injured senior sister Xianyu, and the other half was resentment. Su Ruo didn't understand why. Anyway, she was unhappy when she saw Qin Feng hugging Hai Qing and being intimate with Dong Fong Qing Shui. Su Ruo didn't say anything. She swung her sword and flew over. Qin Feng stood still and watched as Su Ruo's sword approached his chest. Whoosh! The sword pierced through the air, and the sound of a sword rang out. Su Ruo's sword that was about to pierce through Qin Feng's chest suddenly changed direction. She felt that if she was 0.01 second slower, she would have killed Qin Feng. Su Ruo somersaulted in the air and landed on the ground. She stared at Qin Feng with her beautiful eyes in astonishment. Why didn't you dodge? Qin Feng smiled calmly. Why should I dodge? I know you won't kill me. Also, if you want the position of the Martial Arts Alliance Master, I can give it to you. Qin Feng's words caused the surrounding crowd to explode. This year's Martial Arts Alliance Master was definitely Qin Feng, but no one expected him to willingly give this position to a Serenity disciple. The people from the outer hidden sects were all on tenterhooks. Everyone was counting on Qin Feng to stand up for the outer hidden sections. He couldn't really give up the position of the Martial Arts Alliance Master. Su Ruo's calm heart panicked at this moment. She had the urge to run away. She didn't know why, but when she saw the hateful, stinky man standing in front of her, Su Ruo's heartbeat inexplicably sped up. She really couldn't do it. She couldn't kill Qin Feng. If you have the guts, continue standing there and don't move. My next sword will pierce through your heart. Su Ruo regained her senses. She blushed when she heard the discussion around her. This was the venue of the Martial Arts Alliance Conference. All the outer hidden sects disciples were watching. Su Ruo was now a genius disciple of Serenity. She didn't want to embarrass Serenity, nor did she want to embarrass sect leader Jingxin. Then you can try. I still won't move. Qin Feng's smile didn't change. When he looked at Su Ruo, his eyes were filled with love. Then go to hell. Su Ruo was infuriated. Her face turned cold. She gripped her long sword tightly and stabbed downwards. The speed of this sword was obviously faster. In order to not let her heart soften and suddenly stop, Su Ruo didn't give herself a way out. She watched as the tip of the sword grazed Qin Feng's chest, but Qin Feng still didn't move. Su Ruo's jade-like hand holding the long sword trembled. She thought Qin Feng would definitely dodge at the crucial moment. How could a playboy like him not treasure his own life? What he said just now was only a method to pick up girls, but Qin Feng didn't dodge. Su Ruo heard the sound of the sword piercing into his skin. She saw a trace of blood spurt out and saw Qin Feng's smiling face. Chapter 1044. Whoosh! A wave of screams came from all around. Everyone was stunned by the scene on the stage. The disciples of the outer hidden sects were yelling Qin Feng's name, reminding him to dodge. A playful smile appeared on the faces of the disciples of the inner hidden sections. As long as Qin Feng died, the inner hidden sects would still have the right to fight for the position of Alliance Master. Dong Fong Qing Shui was so scared that her heart almost jumped out her chest. She didn't know what was wrong with Qin Feng. Was he going to throw his life away just to pick up a girl? Xiaoli clenched her fists tightly. Her expression was so cold that it looked like water was about to drip from her face. She was ready to rush onto the stage and attack Su Ruo. Even Hai Qing from Mount Jade Maiden was so nervous that she clasped her hands together. Her heart was filled with worry. Puffed. The sound of skin being cut was heard, and blood splattered on the ground. Suruo was scared at the last moment. She quickly changed the direction of her long sword, but it still cut through the skin on Qin Feng's chest. Qin Feng still stood in the same spot. This superficial wound was nothing to him. He looked at Suruo with clear eyes, and the smile on his face remained. Suruo threw away her long sword. This was the first time she fought since she started cultivating, and it was also the first time she injured someone. Although Suruo had lost her memory, she was still kind-hearted. She looked at the blood on the ground and Qin Feng's smiling face. She suddenly had the urge to cry. Why? Why didn't you dodge? Don't you know you'll die? Suruo suddenly shouted the emotions she suppressed in her heart. She glared at Qin Feng. She was very angry. Qin Feng took a step forward and pulled Suruo into his embrace. This action once again caused the surrounding crowd to scream. Suruo's body stiffened, and she lay in Qin Feng's embrace, dumbfounded. Fuck, I finally understand. Young hero Qin Feng didn't come here to compete. He came here to pick a concubine. How long has it been? He already has 2 fairies in his hands. Rumor has it that young hero Qin Feng was a hedonistic young master. His ability to pick up girls was unmatched. Now that I've seen it, I'm ashamed. That scared me to death. Luckily, young hero Qin Feng is fine. There's still hope for our outer hidden sex. Qin Feng stood on the stage and quietly hugged Suruo. It was as if the 2 of them were cut off from the world. Suruo's heart was filled with rage and panic, but at this moment, she calmed down. She didn't know why, but she felt very safe lying in Qin Feng's embrace. Moreover, Qin Feng's scent was somewhat familiar. Ruoro, I know you lost your memory, but that's not important. I'll help you regain it. Qin Feng knew that Suruo wouldn't strike. This woman used to be so timid and kind. How could she kill someone? Suruo lay in Qin Feng's embrace for a long time before she finally regained her senses. She hurriedly struggled out of Qin Feng's embrace and was so nervous that she didn't dare to look into Qin Feng's eyes. Suruo's heart was becoming more and more bewildered. She used to think that Qin Feng had mistaken her for someone else, but now she felt like she really did know Qin Feng in the past. I lost. Suruo did not want to continue fighting. She withdrew from the competition and leaped to Hua Xianyu's side. Cheers and screams rang out from all directions. All of them were cheering for Qin Feng. Ice Lake Mountain, one of the 5 overlords of the inner hidden sects, and Serenity was defeated. Now, there were only 3 sects left. Seeing that Qin Feng was in the limelight today, the disciples of the inner hidden sects gritted their teeth in anger. A white figure leaped up and landed on the arena in the blink of an eye. Brother, I am the 37th generation successor of the Snow Mountain sect, one of the Snow Mountain's 7 swordsmen, Wen Yiming. Please enlighten me, brother. The one who entered the arena was Wen Yiming. His white robe fluttered in the wind, and he stood with his hands behind his back. A treasured sword hung from his waist. It was the azure-tipped sword that Qin Feng gave him. He had just settled 2 acquaintances, and now another one had arrived. Qin Feng was speechless. Brother, when long time no see, your strength has increased greatly. Qin Feng cupped his fists and looked at Wen Yiming with a smile. Wen Yiming was stunned. He looked Qin Feng up and down, but he did not recognize Qin Feng. During the exploration of the Ghost Mountain ancient martial ruins, Qin Feng appeared as Green Wolf. The people of the inner hidden sects did not know much about Qin Feng. They did not know the relationship between Qin Feng's identities. Who are you? Why do you know me? Wen Yiming asked with furrowed brows. I met Brother Wen once. We went through thick and thin together. Before we parted ways, I gave Brother Wen the treasured sword on your waist. I didn't expect to meet you again today. I'm very happy. Qin Feng planned to meet Wen Yiming last night, but his plan was disrupted by Ling Daozi and the others from the Star Galaxy sect. Wen Yiming's eyes sparkled. He shouted excitedly, Brother Green Wolf, I didn't recognize you because you were wearing a mask last time. All right, how are you doing, billowy heroine? Wen Yiming, Qin Feng, and Hua Yin fell into the cave together. They fought side by side and forged a deep friendship. Wen Yiming often thought of Qin Feng and Hua Yin. However, as a genius disciple of the inner hidden sects, Snow Mountain sect, he rarely went to the secular world. After the exploration of Ghost Mountain, Wen Yiming had been in closed-door cultivation. He broke through from stage 8 inner chi to the early stage of stage 9 inner chi. When Wen Yiming mentioned Hua Yin, Qin Feng started to miss her. He also thought of the other women in Hero City. He wanted to visit them as soon as the Martial Society convention was over. Billowy Heroine is doing well. She's with me now, but she didn't come this time. I'm afraid she's in danger, Qin Feng said. Wen Yiming nodded. The Martial Society convention was chaotic and dangerous. It was not suitable to bring Billowy Heroine. After learning Qin Feng's true identity, Wen Yiming cupped his hands and said, "Since you are Brother Green Wolf, I won't embarrass myself anymore. I'm not as strong as you, so I wanted to fight you. But it seems like there's no need for that now. Let's have a drink in the future." Wen Yiming had seen the strength that Qin Feng had displayed. He knew that he was no match for Qin Feng. Wen Yiming had already withdrawn from the competition and returned to the sect. The Snow Mountain sect elder did not blame Wen Yiming. Instead, he was excited. The elders of the Snow Mountain sect did not expect Wen Yiming to know Qin Feng. After Qin Feng became the Martial Society Alliance Master, it would be convenient for him to build a good relationship with Wen Yiming. A Stage 9 Inner Chi expert withdrew from the competition with just a few words from Qin Feng. This scene shocked everyone once again. In the entire Inner Hidden sects, only the disciples of the Immortal Cloud sect and the Starlight sect had yet to fight. However, the martial artists of the Outer Hidden sects did not care about these two sects anymore. In the past, any small sect in the Inner Hidden sects would be a high and mighty existence in the Outer Hidden sections. But today, with Qin Feng's support, these Outer Hidden sect disciples did not even care about the 5 hidden powers. Yun Chun of the Immortal Cloud sect is here. A black shadow landed on the arena. One of the 5 hidden powers, the Immortal Cloud sect, had come to challenge Qin Feng. Qin Feng glanced at Yin Chun. This kid was rather impressive. He actually broke through to the middle stage of stage 9 inner chi. If Qin Feng did not appear out of nowhere today, the position of the Alliance Master of the pugilistic world would have been fought between the Immortal Cloud sect and the Starlight sect. Unfortunately, these people encountered Qin Feng, not to mention the middle stage of stage 9 inner chi. Even if Qin Feng was at the pinnacle of stage 9 inner chi, he would still kill Qin Feng. Yin Chan was ready to fight, but Qin Feng stretched his body and said, "Wait a minute. I've been fighting for so long that I'm starting to feel sleepy. Who else wants to fight for the position of the Martial Society Alliance Master? Why don't all of you come up and fight me together? That way, we won't have to go up one by one and waste time." Qin Feng's words shocked everyone. Yin Shan was so angry that his nose became crooked. "Stinking brat. Don't be too arrogant. There's always someone stronger. Your strength is only SOSO in the Inner Hidden sects. Stop talking nonsense. Is there anyone else who wants to challenge me? If no one comes up, then I'll defeat this kid and become the Martial Society Alliance Master." Qin Feng did not care about Yin Shen's words at all. Of course, he knew how powerful the Inner Hidden sects were. The people who came to the Martial Society convention this time were only at the Inner Hidden sects elder level. Even the vice sect leader of the Starlight sect was at stage 1 true chi. From this, it could be seen that the strength of the sect leaders of the Inner Hidden sects was difficult to estimate. However, those old monsters had not arrived yet. Here, Qin Feng was the king. The martial artists below the stage were restless. The Outer Hidden sects disciples were shocked by Qin Feng's domineering aura. The Inner Hidden sects disciples were so angry that they blew their beards and glared at him. Ling Fei had just broken through to the middle stage of stage 9 inner chi today. Originally, he was confident that he could win the position of the Martial Society Alliance Master. However, Qin Feng suddenly appeared and caught him off guard. Ling Fei, who was originally in despair, suddenly had hope. Yin Shun, let's join hands and kill this kid first. We'll talk about the competition later. Ling Fei leaped and stood next to Yin Shun. Yin Shun immediately nodded and shouted to the inner hidden sex disciples below the stage. What are you guys still standing there for? Come up, let's kill this arrogant brat first. This was no longer a simple martial society convention. It had escalated to a conflict between the inner hidden sex and the outer hidden sections. As soon as Yun Shen's voice fell, more than 10 inner hidden sex disciples flew up. The weakest of them was at stage 8 inner chi. Fuck. The inner hidden sex disciples are acting shamelessly. Let's go. We can't let young hero Qin Feng suffer. The outer hidden sex disciples were instantly unhappy. They clamored to go up the stage to help. However, before they could come up, Qin Feng's dignified voice rang out. Everyone calm down. I'll fight alone. Qin Feng was now the outer hidden sex representative. His words were as effective as an imperial edict. The restless crowd immediately calmed down. However, everyone's faces were still filled with worry. Young hero Qin Feng, you're at a disadvantage. Let's follow the rules of the Martial Society Convention. This time, young hero Qin Feng will definitely be the Martial Society Alliance Master. Although everyone had witnessed Qin Feng's valiant strength, they were still somewhat worried. No matter how powerful Qin Feng was, how could he fight so many martial artists at once? Moreover, the people on the stage were all experts from the inner hidden sections. There were more than 10 stage 8 inner chi experts, 5 or 6 stage 9 inner chi experts, and 2 stage 9 inner chi experts, Ling Fei and Yin Shen. Even in the outer hidden sex, such a powerful lineup could compare to many small sections. Even a sect like the Blue Moon Observatory couldn't bring out so many experts. Qin Feng didn't care. He was very arrogant at this moment, but he had the qualifications to be so. Qin Feng even killed Ling Tianhai, who was at the true Qi stage, so why would he care about these inner Qi martial artists? The outer hidden sex disciples below the stage were still shouting. Yin Shun and Ling Fei were impatient. They were deeply afraid that Qin Feng would suddenly change his mind. The two of them looked at each other, nodded, and took the lead to pounce on Qin Feng. Stinking brat, today we'll let you know the consequences of being arrogant. Brothers, let's attack together. I don't believe that this brat has 3 heads and 6 arms. As soon as the two of them attacked, Ling Fei held the orange light spiritual sword in his hand. His first attack was a killing move. 6 stars appeared behind him, and his sword Qi was sharp and cold. On the other hand, Yin Shun held a crescent moonblade. When the large blade slashed down, it brought with it the power of mountains and rivers, causing the stage to shake violently. Chapter 1045. Almost half of the inner hidden sect disciples made their moves. The weakest among them was stage 8 inner chi. Every move they made was a killing move. In an instant, the weather changed, and the weather on the stage changed drastically. It was as if the end of the world was coming. Rumble. Before the attacks landed, loud noises were heard. The air was filled with the sound of wind breaking. Sword chi, saber shadows, darts, sparks, all kinds of attacks converged and surrounded Qin Feng from all directions. The crowd below the stage was stunned. The outer hidden sect disciples were so nervous that they were about to have a heart attack. The inner hidden sect disciples were excited and couldn't wait to see Qin Feng die. Dongfang Qin Shui and Xiao Li held each other's hands. The two girls always quarreled and fought when they saw each other. However, they were worried about Qin Feng and temporarily let bygones be bygones. Snow Mountain Sect and Jade Lady Mountain didn't help. Wen Yiming and Hai Qin frowned. They were also worried about Qin Feng. Hua Xianyu was terrified. Su Ruoro was also worried. Su Ruoro felt an indescribable pain in her heart when she saw the man who would rather be stabbed to death than dodge. Rumble. All these emotions changed in an instant. In the blink of an eye, all kinds of attacks were about to land on Qin Feng. Qin Feng's expression didn't change. His body emitted a dazzling golden light. His invincible golden body felt threatened and automatically activated. Bang, 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 bang. Dozens of sword chi landed on Qin Feng's body and produced the sound of a powerful army. The invincible golden body was invincible in the stage of inner chi. How could these people kill Qin Feng? Ling Fei released dozens of sword chi, but realized that the sword chi didn't cause much damage to Qin Feng. That scene shocked him so much that his eyeballs almost popped out. I don't believe your bones are made of steel. Watch my blade. Ling Fei's attack did not work, so he quickly retreated. That immortal cloud sex Yun Shun followed up with a move. The crescent moon blade in his hand was over 2 meters long, and it slashed down from the void. It affected the chi of mountains and rivers, causing the arena beneath Qin Feng's feet to tremble. Rumble. Qin Feng moved and punched out. His punch carried the sound of thunder and whistled. It was extremely fast and affected the power of heaven and earth. It knocked the crescent moon blade out of Yun Shen's hand. Cries of alarm rang out all around. Everyone was waiting for Qin Feng to make his move. Now that they finally saw the scene of Qin Feng violently beating up the inner hidden sect disciples, the outer hidden sect disciples were beyond excited. Rumble. Once Qin Feng attacked, he couldn't stop. He leaped into the air and kicked Yun Shun and his saber off the stage. In the blink of an eye, a Stage 9 inner chi expert was defeated. Several balls of destructive fire fell from the sky. Several Stage 8 inner disciples were hit by the fireballs and spat out a few mouthfuls of blood in midair. The remaining Stage 8 inner disciples were scared silly. They could feel that the fire was unusual. It was definitely not an ordinary demon cultivator's fire. It was as though it could swallow a person's soul in an instant. Holy shit, this person is too strong. It's more important for me to stay alive. As soon as Qin Feng made his move, his domineering methods scared more than a dozen Stage 8 inner chi martial artists into fleeing with their hands over their heads. These people leaped off the stage and automatically forfeited the competition. In less than half a minute, the outcome of this fierce battle had already been decided. To Ling Fei and the other inner hidden sect disciples, it was a fierce battle. However, to Qin Feng, it was a one-sided abuse. There were only 5 people left on the stage. Ling Fei led the way and 4 other Stage 9 inner chi disciples. Although the 5 of them were still standing on the stage, they had long lost their confidence. They had only seen Qin Feng fight before. Now that they had personally fought with Qin Feng, they realized that Qin Feng's background was more powerful than they had imagined. Do you guys still want to continue? Qin Feng looked at Ling Fei and the others indifferently. The 5 of them didn't dare to speak. Ling Fei gritted his teeth in anger. Half a year ago, when he met Qin Feng on Devil Beast Mountain, Ling Fei didn't take Qin Feng seriously at all. At that time, if Hua Xianyu didn't stop him, Ling Fei would have stabbed Qin Feng to death. Ling Fei would never have thought that Qin Feng would become so powerful in just over half a year. If he could turn back time, Ling Fei would definitely kill Qin Feng on Devil Beast Mountain. You guys trapped Qin Feng. I'll go capture his fiancée. The atmosphere was deadlocked for a moment. Ling Fei suddenly leaped off the stage. Everyone looked at him strangely. They didn't know what trick Ling Fei was playing. The 4 disciples standing on the stage were all dumbfounded. Each of them stood blankly on the stage, not knowing what to do. Qin Feng also had some doubts, but he understood Ling Fei's intentions in the next second. Qin Feng was so angry that his eyes turned blood red. What are you doing? Dongfang Qing Shui's scream came from below the stage. Ling Fei suddenly pulled out his long sword and stabbed it towards Dongfang Qing Shui's chest. Everyone was stunned by this scene. They never thought Ling Fei would be so shameless. Now everyone understood that Ling Fei purposely went to assassinate Dongfang Qing Shui and then forced Qin Feng to rush off the stage to save her. According to the rules of the Martial Circle Convention, as long as one's body left the stage, it would be considered a loss. Shameless villain, watch my sword. Shaoli was so angry that he gnashed his teeth. Dongfang Qing Shui always said that Shaoli wasn't a qualified female servant. But the most dangerous moment, Shaoli disregarded his life and waved his sword in front of Dongfang Qin Shui. Oomph. A mere stage 6 energy trash. You're courting death. Ling Fei couldn't beat Qin Feng, but he didn't put an opponent of Xiao Li's level in his eyes. Today, Qin Feng pressured Ling Fei to the point that he couldn't breathe. His heart was already filled with rage. At this moment, Ling Fei's eyes were bloodshot. He waved his long sword and stabbed it towards Xiao Li's chest. Xiao Li, Dongfang Qin Shui was so scared that her face paled, and she yelled Xiao Li's name. The cold wind around Xiao Li's body had already dissipated. She discovered that Ling Fei was really powerful. He could take her life with one strike. The atmosphere froze in this instant. Everyone's gaze was focused on Xiao Li and Ling Fei. Hua Xianyu and Su Ruo Ro's willowy eyebrows tightly knitted. Although they knew Ling Fei, they also felt that this man was too shameless. Master, Xiao Li is not good. I can't continue to take care of Master. In my next life, I'm willing to be Master's cow. Xiao Li was so busy that she even started to yell her farewell words before she died. However, before she finished speaking, a pink light flickered. It was as fast as lightning. It appeared in an instant and disappeared in an instant. It was as if everything had returned to normal and nothing had happened. However, the long sword in Ling Fei's hand was hovering above Xiao Li's chest. The tip of the sword was stuck to the fullness, but it was unable to advance even an inch. Ling Fei's eyes were filled with shock. He looked as if he had seen a ghost. It was as if someone had cast a body-freezing spell on him. He stood in place without moving, causing everyone to be dumbfounded. Puchi. After a long time, a soft sound was heard. Xiao Li and Dongfang Qin Shui were the closest to Ling Fei. The two girls' eyes were already filled with shock, and they both took a big step back. Bang! The two girls' feet had just landed on the ground when Ling Fei's body split open. It split for the top of his head all the way to the bottom of his body. Finally, his body split into two halves and fell to the side. Fresh blood stained the ground. The two bodies had already exploded into flesh and blood. It was already impossible to tell what was what. Ling Fei died in an instant. He couldn't be more dead. The air was filled with the strong smell of blood. All the disciples of the outer and inner hidden sects were dumbstruck. They didn't even dare to breathe too loudly. No one knew what was going on. Why did Ling Fei suddenly die? No one saw anyone attack Ling Fei. There was only a flash of pink light. The pink light was extremely fast. Everyone even suspected that it was an illusion. Qin Feng stood tall and straight in the arena with his hands behind his back. He was dozens of meters away, but he could instantly kill a stage 9 inner chi expert like Ling Fei. This was the power of the flying sword. Qin Feng couldn't calm his heart for a long time. After a long period of silence, the crowd burst into an uproar. This was the scene of the martial arts circle convention. The person who was killed was the genius disciple of the Starlight Sect, Ling Fei. The people of the Starlight Sect had already surrounded him. They looked at the flesh and blood on the ground. They wanted to shout Ling Fei's name, but couldn't. Hua Xianyu and Su Ruo also surrounded him. The two girls were brought along by Ling Fei to gain experience. When they saw Ling Fei die just like that, their expressions became slightly anxious. The entire inner hidden sects had gathered together and were discussing this matter. After a while, a disciple of the Starlight Sect stood up and shouted, "Who killed senior brother Ling Fei? Stand up if you have the guts. The Starlight Sect and you are irreconcilable." The crowd was silent. No one reacted. Not only were the people of the Starlight Sect confused, but everyone present was extremely astonished. Who killed Ling Fei? It was you, wasn't it? Senior brother Ling Fei must have been killed by you. Seeing that no one stood up, the disciple pointed the spearhead at Qin Feng. Ling Fei wanted to assassinate Dongfang Qin Shui just now. So Qin Feng was the most suspicious. Moreover, Qin Feng was the strongest out of everyone present. He was probably the only one who could kill someone in public without being discovered. Qin Feng stood on the arena without any change in expression. The four disciples who were fighting were already dumbfounded. Seeing Ling Fei, who was in the middle stage of stage 9 inner chi, killed in an instant, The 4 disciples could no longer bear the pressure in their hearts. They all jumped down from the arena and returned to their respective sections. Qin Feng was the only one left on the arena. Moreover, all the sects in the outer hidden martial arts circle had challenged him. The title of the Martial Arts Circle Alliance leader had obviously fallen into Qin Feng's hands. However, no one cared about this matter now. Everyone was looking for Ling Fei's killer. You're saying that I killed him? What proof do you have? Qin Feng looked at the Star Sect's disciple indifferently. Facing Qin Feng, the disciple felt extremely guilty. He was even worried that he would end up like senior brother Ling Fei if he spoke a little too rashly. But other than you, who would kill senior brother Ling Fei? Although he was extremely nervous, Ling Fei's death was a big matter. Now that Ling Daozi and the 2 elders from the Star Sect had not appeared, the Star Sect disciple could only bite the bullet and ask, are you trying to put Ling Fei's death on my head? Your Star Sect can't find a real murderer, so you're framing me as the killer? Qin Feng laughed coldly. His laughter seemed to have come from hell, scaring everyone and making them tremble. All right then. Anyway, I've been wrongly accused as the murderer of Ling Fei. Why don't I just kill all the people from your Star Sect this time to keep the secret? As soon as Qin Feng finished speaking, the group of stage 8 inner Qi disciples of the Star Sect trembled in fear. They almost knelt in front of Qin Feng and begged for mercy. Young hero Qin Feng, I didn't mean that. After all, senior brother Ling Fei has a high status in the Star Sect. Since he died suddenly, we naturally have to find a real murderer. If we've misunderstood young hero Qin Feng, our Star Sect is willing to apologize to you. The group of disciples was completely scared. Now that there was no one to back them up, who would dare to behave atrociously under Qin Feng's authority? Chapter 1046. The people from Starlight Sect were so frightened by Qin Feng's words that they admitted defeat. This scene made the outer hidden sect disciples exclaim in joy. Qin Feng looked down at everyone with a sharp gaze. The disciples of the sects in the outer martial arts world didn't dare to look Qin Feng in the eye. Qin Feng's body emitted the aura of a king. From this moment on, his name would be even more resounding in the outer martial arts world. Everyone, the outcome of today's martial arts circle convention has been decided. I alone challenged all the sects and ended up standing here. According to the rules of the martial arts circle convention, the position of the leader of the martial arts circle should belong to me, right? Qin Feng personally announced the results of the martial arts competition. No one from the outer hidden sect had any objections. The disciples from the inner hidden sect were a bit unwilling, but they didn't dare to show it. Long live Qin Feng, the chief of the martial world. Someone in the crowd suddenly shouted. In an instant, the entire crowd burst into an uproar. Young hero Qin Feng is mighty. Your longevity is as long as the heavens. The chancellor of the pugilistic world is young hero Qin Feng. That's great, that's great. We, the outer hidden sects, have finally seized the position of the martial arts alliance leader. I believe that under alliance leader Qin's leadership, the outer hidden sects will develop even better. Most of the people who were shouting were the disciples of the outer hidden sections. They were even happier than when they were celebrating the new year. However, there were also 2 sects in the inner hidden sects that were excited. The Snow Mountain sect elder looked at Wen Yiming with admiration. This time, Qin Feng had won the position of chancellor of the pugilistic world. In the future, he would definitely help the Snow Mountain sect out of respect for Wen Yiming. Hai Qing was surrounded by the disciples of Jade Maiden Mountain. The disciples of Jade Maiden Mountain were all female disciples. The female disciples were chattering and teasing Hai Qing and Qin Feng. Hai Qing was so embarrassed that her pretty face was about to drip water. Qin Feng, on the other hand, was very calm. This was because from the beginning of the competition, he had already predicted this result. Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for completing the revenge mission and successfully killing the leader of the Starlight Sect. The system rewards host Qin Feng 50,000 hedonist points and 1 immortal pill. Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for completing the mission Martial Arts League Leader and obtaining the position of Martial Arts League Leader. The system rewards host Qin Feng 100,000 Hedonist points, 3 Martial Arts Secret Orders, and 1-star Technology Blue Laser Gun. Host Hedonist points, 530,000. The system notification rang out. He had completed 2 major quests in one go. Qin Feng's Hedonist points had increased to 530,000, and he could now open the Star Technology interface. Qin Feng looked at the rewards of these 2 quests. Immortal Pill Grade 8 Celestial Pill was refined using a 1,000-year-old celestial herb as the main ingredient. It was rich in spiritual energy and could help a Stage 9 Inner Chi Master break through to the pinnacle of Stage 9 Inner Chi. Secret Order of the Martial World. The supreme plate of the outer world of martial artists could summon all the forces of power in the outer world of martial artists. Once the secret order was given, the outer world of martial artists would be at their disposal. Star Technology Blue Laser Gun Equipment Grade. Star Technology B Grade Battle Equipment Introduction. Short-range laser gun, hidden laser beam, green light, large AoE weapon. System price 88,888 Hedonist points. Energy supply, Radium Origin Stone. 1 Radium Origin Stone, 30,000 Hedonist points. A total of 5 laser bullets. The 3 items had different uses, but they were all very practical. Especially that Grade 8 Immortal Elixir. It was the highest grade elixir that Qin Feng had ever seen. He couldn't wait to eat it and start his breakthrough. Qin Feng quickly calmed himself down. He still had to deal with the Martial Arts Circle convention. Since everyone agrees that I'm the leader of the Martial Arts Circle, I won't decline. I hope that everyone will cooperate with me in the future. Qin Feng said. The reason why he participated in the Martial Arts Circle convention was to complete the mission. Qin Feng still didn't know what the role of the leader of the Martial Arts Circle was. Leader Qin Feng, please help the Starlight Sect find the murderer who killed senior brother Ling Fei. Qin Feng's election as the leader of the Martial Arts Circle was already set in stone. Even the disciples of the Starlight Sect had to accept it. They even called Qin Feng the leader and asked him to help them investigate the case. Qin Feng was amused. What was the point of investigating the murderer of Ling Fei? However, Qin Feng pretended to be serious and said, "This matter is a bit tricky. Ling Fei suddenly died in front of everyone, and none of the thousands of people present saw who did it. Could it be that Ling Fei exploded his own inner chi and died accidentally?" The disciples of the Starlight Sect obviously didn't agree with Qin Feng. If it was a martial artist who had just stepped into the martial Dao, it was possible that his body would explode due to improper chi guidance. However, Ling Fei was an expert in the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Chi. How could he make such a low-level mistake? Leader Qin Feng, this matter is more likely to be done by someone else. The disciples of the Starlight Sect said, "Okay, then I'll keep this matter in mind. When I catch the murderer, I'll inform the Starlight Sect." Qin Feng dismissed the disciples of the Starlight Sect with a few words. The disciples were so angry that they gritted their teeth. The disciples of the inner hidden sects were all dejected, but the people of the outer hidden sects were so happy that they couldn't close their mouths. The inner hidden sects were so powerful in the past, but now, Qin Feng didn't even care about the 5 tyrants of the inner hidden sections. He didn't care if there were people in the sect or not. He could send them away with just a word. Congratulations, Alliance Leader Qin Feng. The Martial Arts Circle convention had ended. Wen Yiming jumped onto the arena and congratulated Qin Feng with his fists clenched. Qin Feng returned the greeting of a martial artist and said with a smile, "Brother Wen, don't be so polite. If you need any help in the future, just look for me." Hearing Qin Feng's words, the elders of the Snow Mountain sect were so happy that they couldn't close their mouths. With Wen Yiming leading the way onto the arena, dozens of elders and disciples rushed onto the arena. Leader Qin Feng, I'm an elder of the Divine Dragon sect. The previous disturbance in the martial arts circle was really a misunderstanding. I hope Leader Qin Feng doesn't mind it. From now on, You'll be the leader of the outer hidden sections. If you need anything, just tell me. Young hero Qin Feng, I'm from the Carefree sect. Please forgive me if I've offended you before. Amei sect's priestess Heartless is here to congratulate young hero Qin Feng on obtaining the position of leader. I hope Leader Qin will take care of Amei's sect in the future. The major sects of the outer pugilistic world all gathered around him, fighting to be able to speak to Qin Feng and become familiar with him. This was the outer martial arts circle. The position of the leader of the martial arts circle was the same as the leader of a country. If it didn't curry favor with Qin Feng now, it would be too late in the future. The arena was already packed with people. Dongfang Qing Shui and Xiao Li were a step slower, so they stood below the arena anxiously. Zhang Biao was stunned by Qin Feng's strength today. He realized that young Master Qin was really amazing. He was as good at cultivating as he was at picking up girls. Most of the people who rushed onto the arena were from the outer hidden sections. On the side of the inner hidden sects, Jade, New Mountain, a few young girls surrounded Hai Qing. The elder of Jade, New Mountain, was also in the crowd. Senior sister Hai Qing, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and go talk to Leader Qin Feng. I can tell that Leader Qin Feng likes our senior sister, Hai Qing. This time, our Jade New Mountain will advance by leaps and bounds. The young girls danced with joy. The elder of Jade New Mountain was all smiles. Hai Qing, hurry up and say hello to Leader Qin Feng. You seem to be interested in Leader Qin Feng. In that case, develop well in the future and stay by Leader Qin Feng's side. You're really lucky, girl. Hai Qing was extremely embarrassed by her junior sister's and elder's words. She secretly raised her head and glanced at Qin Feng on the arena. The more she looked, the more she felt that Qin Feng was handsome and domineering. At this time, Qin Feng had already walked down from the arena. Under the persuasion of her junior sisters and elder, Hai Qing shyly ran over. Leader Qin Feng, why you're not injured, are you? Hai Qing's voice was as soft as a mosquito. Qin Feng looked at the slender and elegant Hai Qing and smiled. I'm fine, don't worry. This was the first time Hai Qing had fallen in love with a man. She didn't know how to continue the conversation. Seeing that Qin Feng didn't pay much attention to her, Hai Qing was extremely nervous. Then Leader Qin Feng, if you have time, come to our Jade New Mountain to play. Qin Feng looked at Hai Qing's flushed face and couldn't help but tease her. Okay, but if I go to your sect, where will I sleep at night? Hai Qing was stunned for a moment and said, Don't worry, Leader Qin. Our sect has many guest rooms. You can sleep in whichever one you want. Is that so? That night, I'll be lonely and cold. Will there be any beauties to accompany me? Qin Feng said seriously. Hai Qing's charming face instantly flushed red. She finally understood the meaning behind Qin Feng's words. She looked up at Qin Feng and lowered her head in panic. They sent this too early? Qin Feng didn't think that Hai Qing would seriously consider this question. He was instantly amused by Hai Qing. Okay, I'll come and play with you when I have time. In the future, you can focus on cultivating in the sect. If you have any problems, you can find me. At this time, Dongfang Qing Shui and Xiao Li ran towards Qin Feng. Seeing this, Hai Qing hurriedly shyly retreated back to the crowd at her own sect. Qin Feng, are you all right? Dongfang Qing Shui was worried to death for Qin Feng. At this time, she didn't pretend to be an arrogant young miss and revealed all the emotions in her heart. Qin Feng patted Dongfang Qing Shui's shoulder and said with a smile, Aren't I fine? I even became the martial arts leader. Are you regretting not agreeing to marry me? But it's too late for you to agree now. I'm sure that there will be countless women chasing after me in the future. I have to think about it carefully. Qin Feng became the martial arts leader and completed 2 system quests at once. He was in a great mood and even joked when he spoke. When Dongfang Qing Shui arrived, she saw Hai Qing run away with a bashful expression. This time, Dongfang Qing Shui really started to worry. This famous young miss of the capital had never worried about finding a boyfriend before. It was mostly men chasing after her, and she only needed to pick the most outstanding one. But after attending the martial arts conference with Qin Feng, Dongfang Qing Shui's thoughts completely changed. She finally discovered Qin Feng's various good points and understood why so many women surrounded Qin Feng. Why your words don't count. This marriage was decided by Grandpa. If you don't agree, go tell Grandpa. Before, Dongfang Qing Shui couldn't wait for Qin Feng to cancel the marriage, but now she was extremely nervous. Seeing Dongfang Qing Shui's flustered expression, Qin Feng laughed uncontrollably. He hugged her small waist and rubbed Dongfang Qing Shui's jade back as he said, "Okay, then when I get back to the capital, I'll tell your grandpa. You don't like me anyway, so why do we have to force it?" Dongfang Qing Shui stomped her feet in anger. She could tell that Qin Feng was purposely trying to anger her. Dongfang Qing Shui couldn't stop Qin Feng. If she did, wouldn't she be throwing herself at Qin Feng? Ever since Xiao Li stepped forward to block the sword for Dongfang Qing Shui, the relationship between these two women eased up a lot. Qin Feng didn't see the two women bickering. However, Xiao Li was still a bit disappointed. She watched as Qin Feng hugged Dongfang Qing Shui and received the attention of tens of thousands of people. Meanwhile, she was just a female servant standing to the side, seemingly forgotten by Qin Feng. Xiao Li didn't want to usurp the position and become Qin Feng's official girlfriend. She just wanted Qin Feng to like her. "Xiao Li, you did very well just then. Are you all right?" Qin Feng glanced at Xiao Li and immediately reached out to pull her into his embrace. Chapter 1047. China's Jingdu City. After 3 months, Qin Feng once again stepped on this familiar and bustling land. He was filled with emotions. As he stood outside the airport, the passersby would glance at Qin Feng a few times. However, they weren't looking at Qin Feng. Instead, they were looking curiously at the two beauties holding Qin Feng's arm. The two beauties were Dongfang Qing Shui and Xiao Li. They were both slender and beautiful women, but they were holding Qin Feng's arm at the same time. This scene envied the passersby. The martial arts circle conference had ended, and Qin Feng had returned. He had become the alliance master of the martial arts circle conference. In the next 5 years, he would become the supreme figure of the outer martial arts world. The large sects of the outer martial arts world had already returned to their sections. Zhang Biao also returned with the disciples of Wanzhou Mountain. However, because of the martial arts circle conference, Zhang Biao was valued by Wanzhou Mountain. Once he returned to the sect, he was personally received by the sect master. Wen Yiming and Hai Qing's status in the sect also leaped to another level. They were called by the sect master every day to chat and guide their cultivation. The disciples of Starlight's sect were scolded when they returned to the sect. Until now, Ling Daozi and the other 3 had never appeared again. This martial arts circle conference changed the fates of many sections. Starlight Sect's high position as the previous alliance master of the martial arts circle instantly fell to the lowest position of the hidden 5 hegemons. Ice Lake Mountain didn't participate in the martial arts circle conference this time. Ever since Illusionary Child was raped by Qin Feng, he immediately took his disciples back to the sect. Qin Feng's emotions surged as he returned from the bloody outer martial arts world to the city of debauchery. In comparison, he preferred the bustling life of the city. After all, Qin Feng was born and raised in the city. He wanted to wait until he was a bit stronger before taking all of his women to live in seclusion in Hero City and never pay attention to the affairs of the world. "Master, the Jingdu City is so bustling." Xiao Li was very happy these days because Qin Feng was slowly beginning to accept her. He was even willing to hold her when he was outside. Xiao Li's family was poor, and she was born and raised in Acropolis City. She had never traveled far in her life. She was even taken away by the ghost-faced evil king after he killed her. Looking at the bustling scene of the capital, Xiao Li felt that she was still alive. Furthermore, she had obtained the love and kinship that she longed for. At this moment, she was so emotional that she wanted to cry. Qin Feng felt Xiao Li's trembling body and hugged her even tighter. He patted Xiao Li's head and said, "Let's stay in the capital for a few days, then I'll take you back to Acropolis City. In the future, you can stay in Hero City. There are many sisters and friends there, and they'll take good care of you." Xiaoli thought that Qin Feng didn't want her anymore, so she hurriedly hugged Qin Feng's arm and refused to let go. Master, Xiaoli vows to follow Master until death. Please don't abandon me. Seeing how nervous Xiaoli was, Dongfang Qin Shui felt a bit of pity in her heart. That's fine. You can make your decision after you go to Hero City. I have no intention of abandoning you, so don't think about it in the future. Qin Feng gave Xiaoli a brilliant smile, and Xiaoli's heart finally relaxed. The three of them left the airport. This time, they didn't tell anyone. Qin Feng was going to take a taxi to Dongfang Court and return Dongfang Qin Shui to Dongfang Ming Wang unharmed. Yo, isn't this big Miss Dongfang Qin Shui? I can't believe I bumped into you here. This is fate. A laugh sounded, and a young man wearing a custom-made, high-class white suit walked over. There was a large group of people behind the young man. There were both men and women, and all of them wore luxurious clothes. They seemed to be a group of wealthy young masters and daughters of the capital. Seeing this group of idle people, Qin Feng couldn't help but think of his past self. That was only half a year ago. At that time, Qin Feng would also gather with the wealthy young masters of Acropolis City, and he would embrace a few young models or daughters and go crazy. It had only been half a year, but Qin Feng felt like a lifetime had passed. Dongfang Qin Shui was the young miss of one of the capital's 4 great families and was a top-notch rich young miss. The people who dared to greet her were naturally the small group of wealthy young masters in the capital. However, Dongfang Qin Shui and Qin Feng didn't have much of an impression of the man in the white suit standing in front of them. However, there were a few familiar faces among the group of men and women that walked over. Do I know you? Dongfang Qin Shui coldly and arrogantly glared at the man. She was only gentle when she spoke to Qin Feng. The rest of the time, she was still that arrogant ice goddess. Hee, Miss Qin Shui, let me introduce myself to you. I'm Sima Xiang's younger brother, Sima Xian. Now, the Sima family in the capital has elected me as their representative. My elder brother has already retired. When Sima Xian said this, Qin Feng and Dongfang Qin Shui understood. No wonder this brat dared to take the initiative to greet Dongfang Qin Shui. So he was the new young representative of the Sima family. Seeing Sima Xian's proud expression, Qin Feng laughed in his heart. He had been at odds with the Sima clan for quite some time. The Sima clan had changed 3 young representatives in a row in the past 6 months. At first, Sima II was killed in the Amethyst Dragon Palace. Then, Sima Xiang was elected as the new Sima clan head. However, because of Qin Feng's amazing performance at the Qin clan's martial meet 3 months ago, the Sima clan was so scared that they removed Sima Xiang and replaced him with Sima Xian. The reason was that Sima Xiang had a grudge with Qin Feng. The elders of the Sima clan were worried that Qin Feng would take revenge on the Sima clan. After knowing Sima Xian's identity, Dongfang Qin Shui's expression remained cold. What does a you have to do with me? Don't block our way. Dongfang Qin Shui had always been cold, arrogant, and emotionless. Her words made Sima Xian somewhat unhappy. Sima Xian and the other geniuses had just been promoted and were at the stage where they were complacent. He had gathered all the rich young masters and daughters of the capital to go back and have some fun, and coincidentally bumped into Dongfang Qin Shui here. That group of people walked to Qin Feng's side and only recognized him when they got closer. Lu Chao, Gao Feixiang, Forgotten Sea. What a group of descendants from the 4 major and 5 minor clans. There were also some men and women that Qin Feng had never seen before, so their statuses were probably even lower. When they saw Qin Feng, some of the rich young masters were so scared that they almost turned around and ran. Sima Xian didn't know Qin Feng and was still pestering Dongfang Qin Shui to flirt with her. Hee, Beauty Qin Shui. We're all descendants of the big and small families in the capital. We usually see each other all the time. Today, we're preparing to have some fun. I wonder if Beauty Qin Shui would do us the honor and join us? Dongfang Qin Shui had a resounding reputation in the capital. Almost all the rich young masters in the capital wanted to hook up with her. If they could get Dongfang Qin Shui, not only would they be marrying an absolute beauty, but they'd also be connected to the Dongfang family. This was like a meat pie falling from the sky. Sima Xian had just taken office and urgently needed to show off to his family. He was thinking that if he could hook up with Dong Fangqing Shui, then he'd be rich. Sima Xian's intentions were very obvious, and everyone could see it. Qin Feng's lips curled into a cold smile. Dong Fangqing Shui's expression became even colder, and the group of rich young masters standing beside Sima Xian were so scared that their legs trembled. A few of them already stood up and started to remind Sima Xian. Cough, cough. Prince Sima, Miss Qing Shui is usually very busy. Let's not delay her matters. That's right, let's hurry up and leave, or else we'll be in big trouble. Lu Chao, Gao Feixiang, and Forgotten Sea dragged Sima Xian away. The three of them had gone to the Acropolis City's mountain resort to play. But at that time, the mountain resort was being built into Hero City and had already closed down for reconstruction. The three young masters relied on their status as young masters of the capital and wanted to behave atrociously at the mountain resort. As a result, they were violently beaten by Qin Feng. In the end, their family elders had to compensate Qin Feng with 100 million yuan each. They even had to say good things to Qin Feng to suppress the matter. A while ago, the three of them had gone abroad to avoid the limelight. They had only returned to the capital for a few days, but they didn't expect to see Qin Feng the moment they returned. Sima Xian even wanted to hit on Qin Feng's fiancée. This was simply courting death. Brothers, what's the rush? It doesn't matter if we get together earlier or later. At most, we won't go back tonight. We can have fun wherever we want. Sima Xian still hadn't figured out the situation. His gaze fell on Qin Feng. When he saw that Dongfang Qing Shui and another beauty were holding on to Qin Feng's arm, a cold light flashed in Sima Xian's eyes. Hey, what's your name? You don't even call me young master when you see me, Sima Xian? Do you not want to mingle in the capital anymore? Sima Xian started to cause trouble for Qin Feng. When these words came out, Lu Chao and the others were so scared that they almost knelt down. Sima Xian, listen to your brother. Let's hurry and leave. Lu Chao couldn't take it anymore. He was so anxious that he was about to jump up. Gao Feixiang and Forgotten Sea were so scared that they didn't dare to say anything to Sima Xian. They were deeply afraid that Qin Feng would get angry and misunderstand their relationship with Sima Xian. If that happened, it would be troublesome if Qin Feng blamed them. Young Master Lu, what are you so anxious about? This isn't like you. We called Miss Qing Shui along. It's rare to see Miss Qing Shui. This is fate. Sima Xian was determined to pick up Dongfang Qing Shui. He glared at Qin Feng and roared, Stinking brat, I'm talking to you. Are you deaf or mute? Hurry and call me young master and scram. There's nothing left for you here. Sima Xian wanted to use Qin Feng to show off. Lu Chao and the others wanted to sew this idiot's mouth shut. Even Dongfang Qing Shui was amused by Sima Xian. The coldness on her face disappeared, and she revealed a smile. She prepared to sit and watch Qin Feng take care of this stinking brat. Oh, you wanted to call you young master? Do you think you can handle it? Qin Feng smiled playfully as he looked at Sima Xian. Sima Xian kept sneaking glances at Dongfang Qing Shui. When he saw this iceberg woman smile, Sima Xian thought Dongfang Qing Shui was smiling at him. This made Sima Xian extremely happy. Stinking brat, I'm in a good mood today and can't be bothered with you. Hurry and scram. That's right, beautiful Qing Shui. Come play with us. The more the merrier. Sima Xian didn't even want to pay attention to a nobody like Qin Feng. He started to flirt with Dongfang Qing Shui again. Dongfang Qing Shui chuckled as she pulled Qin Feng's arm and said to Sima Xian, Sure, but you have to ask my man. If you want me to go, then I'll go. Dongfang Qing Shui called Qin Feng her man in front of everyone. She even acted like a little bird and leaned into Qin Feng's embrace. This scene stunned everyone. Was this the capital's famous cold and arrogant goddess, Dongfang Qing Shui? Shaoli had long since disliked Sima Xian. She glared at him and yelled, Hurry and scram. If you dare to offend my master again, Shaoli won't be polite to you. Shaoli was also a pure and moving woman. She looked a bit soft and weak, and when these young masters saw Shaoli, they all had the desire to protect her. However, they didn't think that this woman would become ruthless and cold. This scared Lu Chao and the others so much that they trembled. There were 20 or so young masters and daughters in this group. Half of them recognized Qin Feng, and these people were scared speechless. The other half didn't recognize Qin Feng, but they were used to being arrogant in the capital. At this time, they also yelled at Qin Feng. "Stinking brat, why don't you take a piss and look at yourself? With your conduct, you have the nerve to stay with Big Miss Qin Shui? If you know what's good for you, hurry and scram. Don't force your big brothers to do something to you." Chapter 1048. These rich young masters considered everyone beneath them and spoke extremely arrogantly. Even Dong Fangqing Shui couldn't bear to listen to them. Qin Feng was China's azure dragon. How could he tolerate these trash pointing at him? Dong Fangqing Shui's heart ached for Qin Feng. "Shut up, all of you. You're just a bunch of good-for-nothings. How dare you speak to my man like that? Get lost." Dong Fangqing Shui suddenly shouted coldly, and those rich young masters immediately shut their mouths in fear. Within the crowd stood 7 or 8 heiresses. Their family backgrounds and looks couldn't compare to Dong Fangqing Shui's. Normally, when they saw Dong Fangqing Shui being flattered by all the young masters in the capital, these women had long been suppressing their anger. Now that Dong Fangqing Shui was angry, these women couldn't hold it in any longer. "TSK, isn't he just a member of the Dongfang family? What's there to be arrogant about?" That's right. We invited you to the gathering out of goodwill, but if you don't want to go, then forget it. It's as if we're begging you to go. I've long heard that Dong Fangqing Shui's taste is very arrogant and looks down on all the rich young masters in the capital. Now that I've seen it today, I'm scared to death. She actually found this piece of trash with no status. Is this your great taste? All the girls ganged up on Dong Fangqing Shui. Dong Fangqing Shui couldn't beat them at all, so she stomped her feet in anger. "Qin Feng, help me teach them a lesson. These bastards are bullying your fiancé." Dong Fangqing Shui wasn't very good at quarreling. Ever since she went to the martial arts conference with Qin Feng, she developed a kind of dependence. Whenever she encountered something unhappy, she would act like a spoiled child to Qin Feng and ask him to help her settle it. Qin Feng patted Dong Fangqing Shui's back, and his other hand shot out like lightning. Before anyone could react, he slapped Sima Xian to the ground. The curses and jeers stopped abruptly. A group of rich young masters and daughters looked at Sima Xian, who had fallen to the ground, and they were so shocked that their eyeballs were about to pop out. "Young Master Xian, are you all right?" A few women surrounded Sima Xian and helped him up. The rich young masters who didn't know Qin Feng gnashed their teeth in anger and rushed up to attack Qin Feng. Lu Chao and the others had long since been scared silly. Seeing that the situation was about to get out of hand, they couldn't take it anymore. They immediately turned around and ran as if they were running for their lives. Young Master Lu, young Master Gao, where you guys going? Hey, young Master Xian has been beaten up. Hurry up and come back to take care of that wild brat." The remaining rich young masters were still shouting at Lu Chao and the others, but they didn't care and just ran away like crazy. Seeing that Lu Chao's group had disappeared, the remaining 8 or 9 young masters and daughters were extremely depressed. They felt that this matter was strange. "Motherfucker, how dare you hit me? Do you know who I am? I want you to die a horrible death." Sima Xian was helped up. He covered his swollen face and glared at Qin Feng with fire in his eyes. As soon as he finished speaking, Qin Feng slapped him again. This time, the other side of Sima Xian's face was also swollen. "I really don't know who you are. How about you introduce yourself?" Qin Feng smiled as he looked at Sima Xian. Sima Xian didn't think that Qin Feng would dare to hit him. He was so angry that his nose became crooked. "Look carefully. I am the Sima family's new young representative, Sima Xian." The Sima family was very prestigious in the capital. Sima Xian thought that Qin Feng would kneel and beg for mercy after revealing his identity and then pee in his pants. However, when he looked at Qin Feng, he realized that this lackey didn't react at all. It was as if he was deaf. Hey, I already said my name. Why aren't you reacting? Sima Xian glared at Qin Feng angrily. Xiaoli also didn't know Qin Feng's status in the capital. When he saw that Sima Xian's side were all richly dressed young masters and daughters, he was a bit worried about Qin Feng. Dongfang Qing, Shui held back a cold smile. She was amused by Sima Xian's ignorant actions. Oh, what about the Sima family? What kind of reaction do you want me to have? Qin Feng smiled lightly and looked at Sima Xian as if he was looking at an idiot. Sima Xian was suddenly stunned. This brat isn't afraid of the Sima family? What kind of background does he have? Why, you can't be an outsider, right? You haven't even heard of my Sima family? That's one of the 4 major families in the capital. Getting rid of trash like you is a piece of cake. Not only was Sima Xian puzzled by Qin Feng's reaction, the 7 or 8 young masters and daughters were also confused. However, everyone quickly understood that this country bumpkin status was too low and had never heard of the upper class of the capital. Young Master Xian, why are you still talking nonsense with that brat? If you say the word, we'll immediately kill him. Daring to make a move on young Master Xian in the capital. This brat must be tired of living. The crowd started to clamor again. Dongfang Qing, Shui couldn't stand it anymore. The cold wind on Xiaoli's body started to blow again, as if he was going to teach these people a lesson at any time. Qin Feng was still hugging the 2 girls and patting their backs to calm them down. At the same time, he looked at Sima Xian with a smile. Of course I know about the Sima family, but I've never heard of trash like you. However, I know about Sima Tu and Sima Xiang. Those 2 pieces of trash were suppressed by me. When Qin Feng's voice fell, the rest of the crowd was dumbfounded. Sima Tu and Sima Xiang were both young representatives chosen by the Sima family. This man in front of them didn't even have a draft when he boasted. I'm dying of laughter. Why don't you say that the patriarch of the Sima family has to curry favor with you when he sees you? A rich young master convulsed with laughter. Qin Feng casually slapped him, and that guy's handsome face instantly swelled up like a pig's head. Didn't you say it for me? That's right. The patriarch of the Sima family wants to curry favor with me when he sees me, but I can't be bothered to pay attention to him. Qin Feng said with a deadpan expression. It didn't seem like he was joking at all. The other young masters and daughters who were also laughing immediately shut their mouths. Firstly, they were afraid of being beaten, and secondly, they were truly stunned by Qin Feng's arrogance. That was the patriarch of the Sima family. In the entire capital, no one dared to say such ruthless words to Qin Feng. This matter was serious, and no one dared to speak carelessly here. Sima Xian was the most shocked person in the crowd. Other people didn't know much about Sima Tu and Sima Xiang, but as a member of the family, of course Sima Xian knew how these 2 brothers fell from glory to hell in an instant. The 2 brothers offended a man named Qin Feng. It was said that Qin Feng's age was similar to theirs. Sima Xian finally realized an extremely serious problem. He carefully looked at Qin Feng and realized that this guy was about the same age as him. Who are you? Sima Xian finally remembered to ask about Qin Feng's identity. His voice trembled as he spoke. Without waiting for Qin Feng to speak, Dongfang Qing Shui proudly hugged Qin Feng and glared at the crowd. Open your dog eyes and look carefully. I, Dongfang Qing Shui, only have one fiancé, China's Azure Dragon Qin Feng. Hiss. The crowd sucked in a breath of cold air, and each of them was so scared that their faces turned ashen. Although Qin Feng wasn't often in the capital, the legends about Qin Feng were spread everywhere in the upper class of the capital. Qin Feng's name was incomparably resounding, and he was already made into a godlike existence by all the large families in the capital. All the disciples of the families were strictly warned not to offend anyone in China but Qin Feng. Although everyone present had heard of Qin Feng's name, because Qin Feng rarely appeared in public, not many people had seen him. These people had never seen Qin Feng before. Otherwise, they wouldn't have dared to provoke Qin Feng even if they were beaten to death. Q Senior Qin Feng. Forgive this little brother this once. This little brother had eyes, but didn't recognize Mount Tai. I really didn't know you were young Master Qin. Sima Xian's fears came true. He was so scared that he directly knelt on the ground, and his body trembled uncontrollably. Qin Feng didn't even bother to look at him. He casually kicked Sima Xian to the side. The remaining rich young masters and young Mrs. Hurley opened up a path, and no one dared to say another word. The women who said Dongfang Qin Shui had bad taste were now deathly pale. They were deeply afraid that Qin Feng would find trouble with them. "Q young Master Qin, where are you going? Do you want me to drive you?" Seeing Qin Feng and the other two walk away, a few rich young masters immediately came to their senses and chased after them. Today, everyone had offended Qin Feng, and they wanted to do their best to resolve this conflict. Now, they all ran to curry favor with Qin Feng with the attitude of a little brother. They all wanted to kowtow and apologize to Qin Feng. "Young Master Qin, I had eyes but couldn't see. Please don't take it to heart. If you're unhappy, I'll let you do whatever you want of me." "Young Master Qin, you just returned to the capital, right? I'm free tonight. Do you want to rest in my villa for the night?" The women also came to their senses and ran up to rub themselves against Qin Feng. These women were all long-legged and voluptuous girls. They wore fashionable and sexy clothes and were charming and passionate. Normal men wouldn't be able to walk when they saw them, let alone when they openly took the initiative to tease Qin Feng. Qin Feng didn't say anything and let these women do as they pleased. After all, Qin Feng was the one taking advantage. On the other hand, Dongfang Qin Shui and Xiao Li weren't happy. The two women's expressions were dark and cold. Dongfang Qin Shui pushed away the women who stuck to her and cursed. "What do you want? Qin Feng is my fiancé. Don't you have any shame?" The heiresses of the capital were usually very arrogant, but now they completely disregarded their image. They acted as if they didn't hear Dongfang Qin Shui's scolding and continued to rub themselves against Qin Feng. "Young Master Qin, I don't mind being your mistress. It's normal for an important person like you to have 3 wives and 4 concubines. You can't just look at Dongfang Qin Shui's icy cold face every night, right? There's no mood at all. Dongfang Qin Shui definitely doesn't have any experience. If young Master Qin doesn't mind, Su can accompany you every day. She can do anything." After finding out Qin Feng's identity, these women threw caution to the wind. They really wanted to form a relationship with Qin Feng. If they could obtain Qin Feng's favor, it would be of great help to their families. Moreover, these women had heard about Qin Feng. It was said that Qin Feng used to be a hedonistic young master and was very fond of beauties. This was the main reason why these women threw themselves at him like crazy. After Qin Feng had Zhao Ling Xian and those other women, his standards had risen to a certain level. How could he be interested in these frivolous women? Although they were quite pretty, they were worlds apart from Dongfang Qin Shui. Even if Qin Feng did it with Dongfang Qin Shui, he wouldn't mess around with these people. "All right, all of you stand further away. Who has a car? Take me to the Sima family's old residence." Qin Feng originally planned to go to the Dongfang court first and return Dongfang Qin Shui to Dongfang Mingwan. This heiress was also a troublemaker, so Qin Feng didn't want to keep her by his side. However, Qin Feng suddenly changed his mind after encountering the matter with Sima Xian. He wanted to go to the Sima family first. It was time for this family to give way. "Young Master Qin, sister-in-law Qin Shui, get in my car." Chapter 1049. Not long after, a flashy Land Rover stopped there. Qin Feng pulled the 2 beauties to the back of the car. Along the way, young Master Lu Jiaqua didn't dare to speak carelessly. He focused on driving. Qin Feng sat in the middle, while Xiao Li and Dongfang Qin Shui sat on either side. Qin Feng's hands were naughty. He sneakily touched Dongfang Qin Shui's long legs. After Dongfang Qin Shui pinched him a few times, he sneakily touched Xiao Li. However, not only did Xiao Li not resist, she even lifted her skirt to cooperate with Qin Feng. This made Qin Feng feel awkward. Screech! The car stopped in front of a majestic gate. Young Master Lu Jiaqua quickly got off the car and opened the door for Qin Feng. The 3 of them got off the car. Young Master Lu Jiaqua smiled and said, "Young Master Qin, Do you want me to accompany you in? Qin Feng waved his hand and sent young master Lu Jiaqua away. Then he swaggered into the Sima family's gate with the two beauties in his arms. Hey, who are you? This is the Sima family's important place. Idlers. Just as they reached the gate, four guards stopped them. Before they could finish speaking, Qin Feng lifted his leg and sent them flying. Then, he continued to walk forward. The Sima family's old mansion was very big. It was even bigger than Qin Manor. There were many family guards patrolling inside. When they saw Qin Feng barging in, several groups of people immediately rushed to take him down. Some even ran to inform the family leader. Master, just let Xiao Li do it. Before Qin Feng could do anything, Xiao Li flew away. A cold wind blew in all directions. The strongest of the guards were stage 4 inner chi. They couldn't withstand a single blow from Xiao Li, a stage 6 ghost cultivator. Xiao Li fought fiercely. Dongfang Qing Shui leaned in Qin Feng's arms and pinched his lower back. Bastard, what were you doing in the car? Qin Feng wasn't afraid of the pain. He smiled and said, I just touched your thigh. You're my fiancé, so it's normal for me to push you down. Plus, Elder Dongfang supports me on this. Qin Feng's words made Dongfang Qing Shui blush. She glared at Qin Feng with a huff and continued, I am not talking about that. Why you can touch mine, but why did you touch Xiao Li's? You're so disgusting. It turned out that Dongfang Qing Shui had discovered Qin Feng's little actions in the car. However, this cold and arrogant young miss had indeed changed. In the past, whenever Qin Feng spoke to Xiao Li, Dongfang Qing Shui would argue with Xiao Li. Now that Qin Feng was flirting with Xiao Li, Dongfang Qing Shui endured until now to privately teach Qin Feng a lesson. Qin Feng felt a bit awkward. He felt like his wife had found out he was cheating on her. However, he pretended to be calm and said, That's because you won't let me touch him. Then I can only look for Xiao Li. You have to reflect on this matter. You are forcing your fiancé to cheat on you. Qin Feng's eloquence was exceptional. He could even make the dead seem alive. The corner of Dongfang Qing Shui's mouth violently twitched. She was about to die of anger from Qin Feng. Why, you just wait. When I go back, I'll complain to Grandpa. Grandpa supports you pushing and pushing me, but he won't allow you to mess around with other women. This time, it was Qin Feng's turn to choke. Dongfang Qing Shui was speaking the truth. Back then, Dongfang Ming Wang sternly told Qin Feng that after Qin Feng married Dongfang Qing Shui, he had to sever all relations with other women. While Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui were flirting, Xiao Li had already beaten a few dozen guards to the ground. Xiao Li lightly leaped to Qin Feng's side. His body was covered in fragrant sweat. Seeing Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui affectionate, Xiao Li felt that he had become a lonely little person that no one cared about. Master, Xiao Li called out to Qin Feng. His voice was filled with grievance. Qin Feng looked at the guards lying on the ground in disorder. He extended a hand and wiped the fragrant sweat from Xiao Li's forehead. You've worked hard, Xiao Li. Xiao Li was extremely easily satisfied. He immediately smiled like a flower. Master, this is what Xiao Li should do. Who dares to behave atrociously in the Sima family? You're courting death. A dignified and angry roar came from the main residence. A group of people quickly walked down the stairs. Xiao Li's face suddenly darkened, and he flew over. Sima Jun, stop. A young figure flew toward Xiao Li, but before he could reach Xiao Li, a cry of surprise came from the crowd that was following him. Rumble. A loud sound echoed. Sima Jun couldn't stop in time. However, he was merely a stage 5 inner chi expert, so he was no match for Xiao Li. He was sent flying by Xiao Li's palm. The higher-ups of the Sima family were instantly enraged. However, before they could vent their anger, they were instantly dumbstruck when their gazes fell on Qin Feng. These old fellows knew Qin Feng. Not long ago, Qin Feng annihilated the Sima family of Acropolis City and suppressed Sima Xiang. In order to avoid conflict with Qin Feng, the Sima family recently removed Sima Xiang from his position and replaced him with Sima Xian as the young representative of the Sima family. However, they never imagined that Sima Xian would offend Qin Feng as soon as he returned to the provincial capital. The Sima family didn't know about this, or else they would definitely be angered to death. Young hero Qin, why are you here? Sima Aolong, the elder of the Sima family in the provincial capital, welcomed Qin Feng with a smile, as if he didn't see Sima Jun, who was sent flying. The rest of the higher-ups of the Sima family followed behind Sima Aolong with respectful expressions on their faces. They didn't dare to slight Qin Feng at all. Seeing this scene, Dongfang Qing Shui's expression didn't change. This was a matter of course. On the other hand, Shaoli was slightly startled. She had met Qin Feng in Devil City, so she didn't know what kind of status Qin Feng represented in the secular world. Seeing how her master was so flashy in Flower City, where everyone had to bow down to him just by saying his name, Shaoli was extremely excited. Sima Aolong, your Sima family is really daring. Qin Feng suddenly rebuked, causing the Sima family members to tremble in fear. This was the Sima family, one of the 4 major families in the provincial capital. Normally, people would fawn on Sima Aolong. If the people in the provincial capital saw this scene, they would definitely be blinded. Young hero Qin, I don't know how the Sima family has neglected you. We will definitely change. Sima Aolong, a person of seniority, was more or less sullen when he was rebuked by Qin Feng. However, in front of Qin Feng, he could only hide his dissatisfaction and didn't dare to reveal it in the slightest. Looks like that bastard from your family didn't dare to say anything. Qin Feng could see that Sima Aolong wasn't acting. He reckoned that Sima Xian had already run away in fear. The Sima family members realized that something had happened. Sima Aolong hurriedly asked, Young hero Qin Feng, I really don't know anything. Please explain. Without waiting for Qin Feng to speak, Dongfang Qing Shui said, Qin Feng and I just rushed back from outside and met Sima Xian when we left the airport. That bastard wanted to hit on me and even spoke arrogantly to Qin Feng. What do you think we should do about this? Dongfang Qing Shui had been suppressing her resentment. As the Dongfang family's young miss, she was very arrogant. In the past, she didn't even put Yang Can and Lu Shu, those top young masters, in her eyes. She had only left the provincial capital for 3 months, and a young representative like Sima Xian dared to hit on Dongfang Qing Shui? He simply didn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Of course, the Sima family members recognized Dongfang Qing Shui. After hearing her words, they all sucked in a breath of cold air. They wanted nothing more than to capture Sima Xian and beat him up. Miss Qing Shui, is this true? Sima Xian, that bastard, is simply seeking death. I'll call him back now to receive punishment. Sima Aolong was so angry that he was about to have a heart attack. Qin Feng waved his hand and said, No need to call him back. I don't have time to waste with you. The Sima family has been at odds with me for a long time. Logically speaking, I should directly annihilate your entire family. However, the Sima family has been doing well recently, so I don't want to start a massacre. Today, you will withdraw from the provincial capital's 4 major families and give your position to the provincial capital's Yun family. Also, transfer all of the Sima family's blacksmith shops and let the Yun family's divine weapon hall take over. Qin Feng had long planned to make a move against the Sima family, but he had been busy and didn't have the time. This time, because of Sima Xian's matter, he could settle old debts and new debts together. When Qin Feng's words fell, the Sima family members' faces turned ashen. That blacksmith shop was the Sima family's life. How could they give it up? Young hero Qin Feng, what's the difference between doing this and killing us? Aren't you going a bit too far? Sima Aolong, who had been bowing and scraping, suddenly changed his attitude and stared coldly at Qin Feng. Qin Feng laughed coldly, and the sound of wind suddenly sounded in the air. In the next second, the Sima family's main residence collapsed with a loud bang. A 9-meter-tall, luxurious 3-story building collapsed just like that. Everyone's eyeballs fell to the ground when they saw this. There's a limit to my patience. If you think that sparing your lives is unnecessary, I can kill you at any time. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back and didn't move from the beginning to the end. The Sima family members were already dumbfounded. They knew that Qin Feng was very powerful. After all, he was one of China's 9 dragons, the Azure Dragon. However, after seeing Qin Feng's move, everyone realized that they had underestimated Qin Feng's strength. From the beginning to the end, Qin Feng didn't move at all. He didn't even make a single movement. They only heard the sound of wind whistling past their ears, and there seemed to be a flash of pink light. However, the collapsed main residence told everyone that this wasn't a dream. No one knew how the house collapsed. If it was an earthquake just now, the other houses were fine, and no one felt the ground shake. Young hero Qin Feng, why you broke through to the true Qi stage? After being shocked for a long time, Sima Aolong suddenly cried out involuntarily. Sima Aolong had heard that only true Qi experts could use Qi to kill people. However, this was the first time he heard of someone using Qi to destroy a building. It was truly unimaginable. Even Dongfang Qin Shui and Shaoli were shocked by Qin Feng's strength. Only Qin Feng's expression was indifferent. How was he a true Qi expert? He merely used a flying sword to destroy the building. You don't need to know what realm I'm at. You only need to remember that in 3 days, the Yun family will become one of the 4 major families in the capital. All the blacksmiths will be renamed and become the property of the Yun family's divine armament hall. Otherwise, you will end up like the collapsed main residence. After Qin Feng finished speaking, he already turned around and left. Dongfang Qin Shui and Shaoli were completely mesmerized by Qin Feng's overbearing strength. They immediately followed Qin Feng and left. The Sima family members were still dumbfounded and couldn't come back to their senses for a long time. Dad, this Qin Feng is too arrogant. He wants to force our Sima family into a dead end. Let's find someone to kill him in secret. Someone came back to his senses and suggested to Dongfang Aolong. The others also surrounded him, and each had their own opinions. Find someone to assassinate Qin Feng? What are you thinking? Didn't you see his methods just now? That is a true Qi stage expert. When the words true Qi expert were mentioned, the Sima family members couldn't help but show fear in their eyes. In the entire secular world, the Divine Dragon was #1 in martial arts. It was rumored that he was a true Qi expert. Now, that Qin Feng stepped into the true Qi stage at such a young age, didn't that mean that he had reached the same height as the Divine Dragon? After some discussion, the Dongfang family members became silent. Everyone realized that Qin Feng was too powerful. Whether it was his personal skills or the power behind him, he was already not someone that the Sima family could contend against. Sigh, what a sin. Sima Xian, this bastard is really a sin. Let's just leave this matter as it is. If we do as Qin Feng said, at least we can save everyone's lives. Chapter 1050. Originally, a prestigious family in the capital had declined because of a single sentence from Qin Feng. This was Qin Feng's ability. In less than a year, he had grown from an inconspicuous young master of Acropolis City to the pinnacle of China's secular world. He had truly reached the stage of taking a person's life with a raise of his hand and deciding the fate of a family with a single word. Qin Feng, do you think those old men from the Sima family will go back on their word? What if they don't do as you say after you leave? Qin Feng and the other 2 had already left the Sima family. The young master of the Liu family was very perceptive. He parked the car outside and waited for Qin Feng and the other 2 to come out. The 3 of them got into the car and rushed to the Dongfang garden. Dongfang Qin Shui was still talking about what happened earlier. It's best if they go back on their word. That way, I can go on a killing spree again. Qin Feng was indifferent. He believed that with Sima Aolong's intelligence, he wouldn't go back on his word. Dongfang Qin Shui and Shaoli became 2 curious babies. They kept asking questions. They were shocked by Qin Feng's power in the secular world. Only now did they realize that there was such a big shot beside them. The young master of the Liu family overheard their conversation. He was so shocked that he almost drove the car into a tree. That was the Sima family, one of the 4 major families in the provincial capital. Qin Feng's words made this century-old family fall overnight. The young master of the Liu family rejoiced in his heart. Fortunately, Liu Jie's cousin had already recognized Qin Feng as his big brother. Otherwise, Qin Feng would never forgive the Liu family for what happened today. The car smoothly stopped at the Dongfang garden. Dongfang Qin Shui was excited as soon as she got out of the car. She hadn't been back for a long time, especially when she was in Demon City. Now that she was back home, she felt very secure. Master, Xiaoli will wait at the door. Dongfang Qin Shui held Qin Feng's arm as they entered the courtyard. Xiaoli suddenly stopped. She knew that Qin Feng and Dongfang Qin Shui were engaged. Now that Qin Feng had returned to Dongfang Qin Shui's home, Xiaoli was a little embarrassed to enter. If the Dongfang family misunderstood her relationship with Qin Feng, it would bring trouble to her master. Dongfang Qin Shui rarely quarreled with Xiaoli. Moreover, she felt that Xiaoli was quite pitiful. Seeing Xiaoli obediently standing at the door, her lonely figure stirred Dongfang Qin Shui's heart. Xiaoli, we're already home. Why are you standing at the door? Hurry up and go in with me. Dongfang Qin Shui took the initiative to hold Xiaoli's arm. Xiaoli was slightly startled, and when he looked at Dongfang Qin Shui, his gaze became grateful. Xiaoli's family in Acropolis City was very poor, so she had never been to such a grand and luxurious residence like Dongfang Yuan. She often compared herself to Dongfang Qin Shui and finally understood why Qin Feng liked Dongfang Qin Shui. This Missy had a high status and was beautiful. Xiaoli thought to himself that if he were a man, he would definitely choose Dongfang Qin Shui and not him. Eldest Mrs. back? Quick, go inform Master Dongfang. When the guards saw Dongfang Qin Shui and Qin Feng, their eyes almost popped out of their sockets. After a moment of stupefaction, one of the guards immediately ran into the courtyard and shouted, Master Dongfang, young Miss and young Master Qin Feng are back. The three of them chatted and laughed as they walked into the Dongfang garden. After entering, Xiaoli was once again stunned by the magnificent scenery around him. A large group of people had already arrived from the main residence. Their leader was none other than Dongfang Mingwang. Although he was old, he walked with vigor, and his old eyes were shining brightly. Ha! Qin Feng, oh Qin Feng, you brat, you really surprised me. I've already received the news that you won the title of Alliance Master of Martial Arts. Why didn't you tell me you were coming back, so that I can give you a welcoming dinner? Dongfang Mingwang was so happy that he couldn't close his mouth. Qin Feng was Qin Shui's fiancé, so the more powerful he was, the better. The Dongfang family had an illustrious status in the provincial capital. Now, they were as famous as Qin Manor and dominated the two skies of the provincial capital. Even the elders and juniors of such a wealthy family didn't dare to put on airs when they saw Qin Feng. Instead, they all smiled and looked at Qin Feng respectfully. Qin Feng's capability was beyond their imagination. Just his identity as the Azure Dragon of Huaxia was enough to shock everyone. In the end, Qin Feng won the position of the Martial Arts Alliance Master. Now, Qin Feng's name would set off another storm in the capital. Grandpa, Dongfang Qin Shui had been away from home for many days and missed her family to death. She already ran over to greet them. Qin Feng walked over with Xiaoli. Elder Dongfang, I'm here to return Qin Shui to you. Look carefully. Qin Shui is unharmed. Can you let me go now? Dongfang Mingwang ignored Qin Feng's words and looked at Xiaoli. Dongfang Mingwang was a stage 9 inner chi expert. His old eyes seemed to be able to see through people's hearts. Even Xiaoli, who was only a stage 6 inner chi expert, couldn't withstand Dongfang Mingwang's imposing aura. He was so nervous that he didn't even dare to raise his head. Ahem, Elder Dongfang, I'll take my leave first. Qin Feng could see Xiaoli's nervousness, so he was about to leave with Xiaoli. Dongfang Mingwang's imposing voice sounded. Qin Feng, what do you mean by this? You want to run away without having a meal at home? Come back here, or I'll kill you. Qin Feng's current strength was already above Dongfang Mingwang's, but he had to respect Dongfang Mingwang, so he stopped and walked back. Dongfang Mingwang didn't stare at Xiaoli anymore. He held Qin Feng and Dongfang Qin Shui's hands and walked into the main residence. The rest of the Dongfang family followed behind them. Xiaoli was embarrassed to death, so he followed the rest of the group into the main residence. Under Dongfang Mingwang's arrangement, the lunch was quickly served. Everyone sat around the big round table and ate together. The atmosphere was very lively. "Xiao Li, sit down and eat too." Qin Feng looked at Xiao Li, who was standing behind him. He couldn't bear to see her like this. Dongfang Mingwang looked at Qin Feng and didn't say anything. Dongfang Qin Shui's heart softened. "Little sister Xiao Li, just sit between me and Qin Feng. Treat this place as if it's your home. Don't stand on ceremony with me." Under Qin Feng and Dongfang Qin Shui's persuasion, Xiao Li shyly sat down. However, she lowered her head and ate quietly. She didn't say a word. The members of the Dongfang family were puzzled. They were trying to guess the relationship between Xiao Li and Qin Feng. Although Qin Feng's status was high and it was normal for him to have 3 or 4 wives, the Dongfang family wasn't just for show. They couldn't accept Qin Feng having another woman while he had Dongfang Qin Shui. The atmosphere of the meal became a little strange. The Dongfang family members were smart enough to finish their meal and leave as soon as possible. "Qin Feng, come with me to the study room," Dongfang Mingwang said to Qin Feng in a deep voice after the meal. He didn't even touch his chopsticks. Xiao Li looked at Qin Feng worriedly, but she didn't know what to say. Dongfang Qin Shui pouted her lips. Her eyes were gloating as if she was saying, "Who told you to fool around?" Seeing that Dongfang Mingwang had already gone upstairs, Qin Feng had no choice but to follow him. Although Dongfang Mingwang didn't say what it was, Qin Feng could guess that it had something to do with Xiao Li. When they arrived at Dongfang Mingwang's study room, the elder sat down and poured himself a cup of tea. Qin Feng quickly sat opposite him and said, "Grandpa Dongfang, let me make you some tea. You could just sit and rest." Dongfang Mingwang rolled his eyes at Qin Feng and snorted, "Humph. You're the leader of the martial arts world now. I don't dare to ask you to pour me tea. Isn't that shortening my lifespan?" Qin Feng felt helpless when he saw Dongfang Mingwang was angry. "Grandpa Dongfang, you're my elder. No matter what I become, I'll always respect you." Dongfang Mingwang put down the teapot and slammed the table. He said, "All right, you still have conscience. I didn't help you for nothing. Since you still treat me as your grandpa, you should fulfill your promise. Why did you bring a little girl back?" Qin Feng guessed that Dongfang Mingwang called him here because of Xiao Li. It was true. Actually, there was nothing between Qin Feng and Xiao Li. Right now, he only treated Xiao Li as a good friend. However, Qin Feng had a guilty conscience because most of the women in Hero City had slept with him. He couldn't abandon these women. Grandpa Dongfang, of course I remember our promise. I didn't break it." Qin Feng smiled guiltily. Dongfang Mingwang's eyes widened. He almost fainted from Qin Feng's shameless behavior. "You didn't break it? You brought a mistress to my Dongfang garden. If it was someone else, I would have kicked him to death. Why would I let you stay for dinner?" Qin Feng pretended to be calm and said, "Grandpa, you're wrong. When I first came to the provincial capital, you said you'd help me take care of my friend. I promised that as long as I married Dongfang Qin Shui, I'd cut off all contact with other women. But I haven't married her yet." Dongfang Mingwang was stunned. He realized that Qin Feng's words made sense. He was so angry that he blew his beard and glared at Qin Feng. "You little bastard. You mean you won't marry Qin Shui for the rest of your life? Are you treating my granddaughter as a spare tire?" The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He realized that Dongfang Mingwang was old, but he could still use internet slang. This grandpa really kept up with the times. "Ahem, old master, since you called me here alone to talk about this, then let's make things clear today. I think Qin Shui is very outstanding, but I can't do it to the point of abandoning other women. Nothing happened between me and Qin Shui. Why don't you look for her again? Among the 5 billion people in China, there must be someone more outstanding than me." Qin Feng couldn't be with Dongfang Qin Shui. He also felt that a lady from a wealthy family like Dongfang Qin Shui wasn't suitable for him. Perhaps letting her go would give her a better life. Dongfang Mingwang's eyes dimmed. China was big and there were many talented people, but he had his eyes on Qin Feng. Moreover, Dongfang Mingwang could tell that Dongfang Qin Shui's attitude toward Qin Feng had changed after the martial arts circle conference. This girl seemed to have fallen in love with Qin Feng. You don't have a say in this. Stay at the Dongfang Garden tonight. You and Qing Shui aren't young anymore. Since nothing happened between you and Qing Shui, let's settle the business tonight. Then, ask your father to come to the Dongfang Garden to propose marriage. Once the wedding is held as soon as possible, you can stay with Qing Shui for the rest of your life. Dongfang Ming Wang had his own selfish motives. He knew about Qin Feng's relationship with those women in Hero City. However, for the sake of his precious granddaughter, someone had to be the bad guy, and Dongfang Ming Wang wasn't afraid to be the bad guy. Qin Feng felt a headache coming on. He realized that he couldn't keep a low profile, especially for a talented and perfect man like him. Even if he kept a low profile, he would accidentally show off his talent and win everyone's appreciation. Qin Feng never thought he would be chosen by a wealthy family like the Dongfang family. Now that Qin Feng wanted to reject this marriage, Dongfang Ming Wang wasn't happy about it. Grandpa, please spare me. I lost my virginity when I was in the 3rd year of middle school. I played with hundreds of women in high school, and I was a wastrel in university. I'm the scum of society. How could someone like me be a match for Miss Qing Shui? Grandpa, please find someone else. Qin Feng looked at Dongfang Ming Wang dejectedly. Chapter 10:51. Qin Feng walked out of the study dejectedly. He discovered that he was being forced into marriage. What made Qin Feng even more depressed was that if anyone else dared to force him into marriage, he would kill them with one slap. However, the one forcing him into marriage was Dongfang Ming Wang. Qin Feng really couldn't do anything to this old man. Master, are you all right? How about Shaoli wait for you at the entrance? Master doesn't need to worry about Shaoli. Shaoli will wait for you no matter how long you stay here. Shaoli ran over worriedly as soon as Qin Feng went downstairs. Shaoli's heart ached when he saw Qin Feng's depressed expression. Oh, don't worry, just stay in the Dongfang court. Qin Feng patted Shaoli's shoulder, but Shaoli was still worried. At this time, Dongfang Qing Shui also came over. She was gloating before, but when she saw Qin Feng walking out dejectedly, she became slightly worried. Hey, what did my grandfather want to talk to you about? Dongfang Qing Shui didn't show her emotions and looked at Qin Feng with an indifferent expression. Nothing. He just wanted me to marry you. Qin Feng spoke the truth. Shaoli and Dongfang Qing Shui were stunned. In Shaoli's opinion, with the Dongfang family's power, there must be countless men chasing after Dongfang Qing Shui. Shaoli thought it was Master who pestered Dongfang Qing Shui, but he didn't expect it to be the Dongfang family pestering Qin Feng. Dongfang Qing Shui crossed her arms and glared at Qin Feng with a huff. What nonsense are you spouting, you stinking brat? I'm one of the 4 fairies of Jindu City, and the line of people chasing me stretches from my doorstep to the top of the Great Wall. Why will my grandfather beg you to marry me? Go on and brag. I think it's more like you begged my grandfather to marry me, but my grandfather rejected you. Dongfang Qing Shui was such a proud woman. How could she accept the fact that she threw herself at Qin Feng? She actually hoped that Qin Feng would agree to this marriage, but Dongfang Qing Shui wouldn't ask Qin Feng to do so, even if she was beaten to death. Qin Feng curled his lips and said indifferently, "It's up to you whether you believe it or not. I can't wait to cancel this marriage. You're too hard to please. I can't afford to marry you." Qin Feng's words pierced Dongfang Qing Shui's pride. She angrily stomped her feet. Don't speak nonsense. Do you believe that I won't call my grandfather over to question him and expose your lies? Before Qin Feng could react, Dongfang Ming Wang had already walked down the stairs. He said calmly, "What's there to expose? In the first place, I was the one who asked Qin Feng to marry you. In the future, you should control your big missy temper. Otherwise, Qin Feng won't want you anymore." Dongfang Qing Shui lowered her head after hearing Dongfang Ming Wang's words. A trace of disappointment flashed through her beautiful eyes. She had always been a proud daughter of heaven. She had always looked down on others who chased after her. Now that she finally had a good impression of a man, he still looked down on her. Dongfang Ming Wang continued. Qin Feng will be staying at Dongfang Court tonight. Take her to your room. As for Miss Shaoli, come with me. I'll arrange a guest room for you. Dongfang Ming Wang was the Red Dragon of China. He was majestic and powerful, and even Shaoli was afraid of him. Under Dongfang Ming Wang's arrangements, the three of them couldn't disobey. Qin Feng followed Dongfang Qing Shui to her private villa. Dongfang Court was very big. After walking for a while, they arrived at a pink little house surrounded by flowers. This was Dongfang Qing Shui's little villa. From the outside, it looked different. On the way, Dongfang Qing Shui didn't say anything. She was very depressed. She opened the door and ignored Qin Feng. She entered the house and started to change her shoes. Qin Feng stood at the door and watched as Dongfang Qing Shui bent down to take off her high heels. Her perky but was facing Qin Feng, and the position was quite ambiguous. Her long legs seemed to reach her belly button, and Qin Feng felt his body heat up. What are you looking at? Is it nice? If you keep looking, I'll dig your eyeballs out. After Dongfang Qing Shui changed into her cotton slippers, she saw Qin Feng's burning gaze. She coldly reprimanded him, then angrily sat on the sofa. Qin Feng didn't mind. He took off his shoes and went to the living room. There was only Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui in the room. On the surface, Dongfang Qing Shui looked cold and emotionless, but her heart was a bit unsettled. In her entire life, this was the first time she brought a man to her house. However, the two of them sat on one side of the sofa and didn't say anything. The atmosphere gradually became heavy. My grandfather told you to spend the night here? After a long silence, Dongfang Qing Shui suddenly spoke. Qin Feng nodded. That's what he said. Did he want you to do something with me? Dongfang Qing Shui's expression became colder and colder. He wanted me to confirm our relationship as husband and wife. Qin Feng was a bit more reserved. In the end, you refused? Then, you were forced to come in my room by grandfather? When Dongfang Qing Shui said this, her teeth chattered. She was the most cold, arrogant, and noble young miss in the capital. She never thought that there would be a day when a man wouldn't want to have sex with her. Qin Feng already noticed a change in Dongfang Qing Shui's emotions. This woman seemed to have recovered her previous coldness. Qin Feng also knew that this was quite hurtful, but he had his own difficulties. He could only gently say, Qing Shui, in reality, you don't like me, and I don't think I'm good enough for you. How about you pursue your happiness, and I protect mine? That's pretty good. If Qin Feng said these words before the martial arts circle conference, Dongfang Qing Shui would have reached an agreement with him without hesitation. However, after experiencing these past few days, Dongfang Qing Shui's heart could no longer remain calm. She was no longer the cold, arrogant, and heartless young miss from before. She developed a different kind of feeling towards Qin Feng. However, Dongfang Qing Shui couldn't say what she was thinking. Qin Feng had clearly rejected her. With her noble, arrogant personality, how could she shamelessly stick to him? After a cold laugh, Dongfang Qing Shui got up and walked upstairs. You said it very well. Then, we're even, and we'll be strangers in the future. Dongfang Qing Shui's back seemed a little lonely. Qin Feng shook his head. As expected, a talented and handsome man was the hardest to deal with. Qin Feng was the only one left on the first floor. He quickly regained his composure. The martial arts circle convention had ended. According to Qin Feng's previous plan, he was going to challenge the Dragon God. The 3-month deadline he had agreed on with the Dragon God was approaching. Now that Qin Feng had broken through to the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi, and with the flying sword in hand, he could slaughter Stage 9 Inner Qi experts in the outside world. However, Qin Feng didn't let his guard down. He felt that his chances of winning against the Dragon God with his current strength were not high. The Dragon God was a Stage True Qi expert. Although Qin Feng had killed Ling Tianhai, who was a Stage True Qi expert with his own hands, he was lucky that time. Qin Feng first used the advantage of the cliff to exhaust a lot of Ling Tianhai's strength. In the end, he suddenly leveled up the Vajra esoteric art and activated the invincible golden body. However, after fighting with Ling Tianhai and the Dragon God, Qin Feng felt that the Dragon God was much stronger than Ling Tianhai. This battle would be a life and death battle. Thinking of this, Qin Feng flipped his hand, and a pill with a milky white glow appeared in his palm. The pill was as big as a goose egg. It was smooth and round, and a medicinal fragrance flowed in the air. This was the Grade 8 Immortal Pill that Qin Feng obtained after completing the revenge mission and killing the main character of the Starlight Sect. According to the description of the pill, it could help a Stage 9 inner chi expert to break through to the pinnacle stage. The moment the Immortal Pill appeared, its milky white glow lit up the entire room. The room was shrouded in an illusory haze. This was the first time Qin Feng saw a pill with such abundant spiritual energy. In just a few seconds, the living room on the first floor had become a holy land of spiritual energy. The density of spiritual energy was comparable to the density of spiritual energy formed by Qin Feng's spirit gathering formation. The pill couldn't be left in the air for a long time. Otherwise, the spiritual energy in the pill would be depleted rapidly. After a brief moment of absent-mindedness, Qin Feng swallowed the immortal pill. The pill melted in his mouth, and a majestic wave of spiritual energy surged through his veins and blood. In an instant, Qin Feng's body was about to explode. Roar! Qin Feng couldn't help but roar like a wild lion that had just woken up from its slumber. The sky was getting dark, and all the villas in the Dongfang Garden were brightly lit. An old man stood at the entrance of Dongfang Qing Shui's villa, eavesdropping on the commotion inside the house. "Oh my God, this brat Qin Feng is a wild beast. How can my granddaughter endure such savagery? Go easy on me, brat. Wait until tomorrow. I'll beat you to death." The person eavesdropping at the entrance was Dongfang Mingwang. He was worried that Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui wouldn't do anything serious tonight, so he specially ran to the entrance and squatted there. In the end, Qin Feng's roar scared the old man quite badly. What are you doing?" Dongfang Qing Shui was scared by Qin Feng's roar. She immediately ran downstairs and felt the entire villa shake. The spiritual energy in Qin Feng's body surged. Some of the excessive spiritual energy spurted out of his 7 apertures, turning into white mist and dissipating. Qin Feng felt like his body was about to explode. The oppressive feeling was extremely uncomfortable. He leaped to Dongfang Qing Shui's side and pulled her to the sofa. Why you go easy? What are you doing?" Dongfang Qing Shui was frightened by Qin Feng's current appearance. She felt that Qin Feng was like a hungry beast. Qin Feng circulated his spiritual energy and roared, "Hurry, hurry, and suck." Dongfang Qing Shui was confused. "Suck my hair?" "Not my hair, suck my spiritual energy." Hurry up." Qin Feng felt like he was about to explode. He urgently needed someone to share some of the spiritual energy with him. This spirit immortal pill was too fierce and shocked Qin Feng. Dongfang Qing Shui realized the urgency of the situation. She was an outer disciple of the Blue Moon Observatory, so she was more sensitive to spiritual energy. Seeing that Qin Feng seemed to be in trouble during his breakthrough, Dongfang Qing Shui didn't have time to argue with Qin Feng. She immediately sat cross-legged and started to absorb the spiritual energy bursting out of Qin Feng's body to cultivate. The two of them extended their arms and put their palms together. Spiritual energy surged out of Qin Feng's body. Dongfang Qing Shui felt comfortable all over as if she was electrocuted. She would occasionally let out a high-pitched moan. Qin Feng's body finally felt a little better. However, the violent spiritual energy still filled him to the point that he had to roar from time to time. The house was filled with shouts that were frighteningly loud. Dongfang Mingwang was dumbfounded. He realized that youngsters nowadays were too fierce. If they continued to play like this, would they really not die? After listening for a while, Dongfang Mingwang couldn't take it anymore. He was scared away by Qin Feng and his granddaughter's wildness. However, Dongfang Ming Wang heaved a long sigh of relief. He was completely at ease now. As long as this brat Qin Feng and his granddaughter finished their business, he wouldn't dare to look for other women in the future. Bang, 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 bang. The living room was filled with loud noises. It was the aura produced by Qin Feng and Dongfang Qin Shui's consecutive breakthroughs. The two of them cultivated for the whole night. The shouts also lasted for the whole night. The effects of the spirit immortal pill shocked Qin Feng. After a whole night of absorption, the spirit immortal pill was barely absorbed. Whoosh! The sky was bright. The two of them cultivated for the whole night. They were sweating profusely and collapsed on the sofa. You're tuning into the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.